people in liberated strife. Who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. What I'm saying about tonight, this America, sweet America. Made by those high.
And welcome to We Need Rockets and Red Glare for this announcement. Are we ready for this announcement, guys? Is everybody in their seats? We've got big news here. Hold on to your hats. On this show today. Is everybody buckle down? Unfortunately, John Etch escaped with the kidnappers. We'll get into that story shortly. And he actually gave up his seat here on this show. And now introducing with my group here, we've got Siobhan, we've got Big Mike in the building, we've got Big Drew, and me. Welcome. Now you're listening to, does everybody want to say it together on the count of three? One,
No.
2, 3. Now trending.
Now trending.
Now trending.
Now
Thanks.
trending.
Really, thanks for the excitement, Drew. Woo! Now trending. Yes. This is the introduction. This is our very first Now Trending show. Unfortunately, John Etch did go away with the kidnappers.
Isn't that Stockholm syndrome?
It's
Yeah, they sat together and watched the Marlins game. Behind home plate. I saw it.
The Marlins game? They were. I know. I saw them at the Marlins game. I did see John at the Marlins game last Monday when we were all sitting here in his place with the kidnappers. Those guys must have been the kidnappers. But I thought it was maybe the golf game that got the kidnappers interested, and now they're probably all sitting on some golf course with alligators and golfing. What do you guys think?
What got them going was when they were playing golf together. John, bent his knees and bent over slightly. And that's what got them all excited.
There's all kinds of, are they sending us messages? Are they sending us notes? I don't know, but I do know, John, we miss you. We're going to miss you here on what was the John Etch show. We do miss you greatly. We're actually honored to be able to continue your legacy here in the studios at your showtime. And so now again, our update is our group of 4 here is now trending. So we're going to give you everybody the latest on everything that's going on in the world. We've got world around the country, news around the world, news around the country, local happenings, entertainment, just fun stuff to keep everybody interested in that we all like to talk about and sometimes don't have that someone to talk about. So you'll get your source of knowledge here on Now Trending. So we're taking off. How you doing, Siobhan?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So Siobhan's on Now Trending is going to be our lovely co-host giving us the news, all kinds of news, our local news, our national, world news, entertainment news. I know she loves her entertainment. And she'll dib in on sports because we always have something to say. The ladies always have something to say in sports. And we're always right. Right, Mike?
No, we're not always right.
I'm glad that you classified
we
yourself.
try to be
you're
as
grouping
correct
us.
as we can, as much as we can, but we're not always right.
So are you talking about us group of ladies here, or are you talking about Now Trending?
I wasn't paying attention.
I gotcha. I see that. Because you included yourself in the group of ladies, and you said that we're not right. But yeah, on Now Trending, we're always right. But again, we have our lovely Mike here, who's going to be giving us sports as he does. And we're going Go Dolphins. We're going to get into some football today. Mike, you giving us some football stuff? Like, everybody's getting excited.
There's nothing going on in football right now. There's minicamp ended, I think it was what was it, last week or the week before. And right now it's just a period of dead time because they're not practicing or anything. The players are probably working out on their own, maybe doing some team activities which aren't really involved with the franchise. That would probably have to be like, say, Tannehill wants to get the receivers together and go to a park and throw it around. They can do that as long as they're not talking to the coaches or whatever. It's supposed to be their own time.
Well, good. You're going to give us that update because I want to know more about that. Once we give but you're giving me rules right now where they can play ball and they can't talk to the coaches but I want to hear about that.
It's like their little mini vacation before they got to go back to training camp on.
I don't understand
sometime
that.
In July.
I don't understand that. And Drew,
yes,
lovely Drew, King Drew,
what's up?
On the soundboard, spinning the ones and twos.
Oh, I'm spinning a lot over here.
Are you spinning a lot?
Yeah, I think I am.
Good. Well, Drew again is our lovely producer here, best looking producer we have in the whole
thank you.
in the whole studio and the radio station. He's the man with the plan.
I'm the only one you have.
He gives it to us along with his 2 cents because we always love Drew's 2 cents. So again, welcome everybody
He's the only one that
to.
makes sense around here.
That's right.
That's because I make dollars,
Ooh, dollar bills, y'all.
dollar bills. So again, welcome again, John. One last time, we're going to miss you greatly. Enjoy what you're doing as you move on. We can't wait. Maybe in the future you may have something for us to give back to us. So is everybody excited?
Yes, the
Yes.
show must go on.
The show must go on.
The show goes on.
So today we're getting ready for the 4th of July, right? Everybody,
Yes.
we're not going to be here next week, next Monday for 4th of July. So we're going to get the party started today. I'm sorry, audience. I asked the director or the coordinator, I apologize, if we could have live fireworks in the studio, but she
No.
she gracefully declined my request.
I think the words were, hell no. I think
It wasn't. That's what she was thinking. I
Oh.
saw it on her face. That's what she was thinking, but she gracefully said, I'm sorry, I have to decline your request. And that was it. But it was just great going in there and asking her that so seriously, and the look on her face was
What it
just
was
like,
is she just hates America.
no, don't you do that.
I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. Independence Day, July 4th, 1996, a day when America won its independence from the aliens. And we must celebrate.
We'll live in infamy.
I can't wait until we're going to discuss 4th of July a little more. We're going to do fun facts like throughout the show. So we'll see how much Mike knows and if he'd be able to answer all those questions for citizenship, or do we have to deport him back to his country?
Ooh.
We'll figure
Which
it out
would be
here
America.
today on
Thanks for coming, Mike.
Now Trending. So we've got some local stuff. Not local. We have some world happenings going on, in addition to some national news that has broken over the past couple of days. And we've been hearing about it on our news, on our radio. A lot of people don't understand what's going on when it comes to Brexit. Mike,
Brexit.
could you tell me about Brexit?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, Brexit. First of all, the name is the combination of Britain and exit, which
Oh.
Britain exited. They voted to basically remove themselves from the European Union.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Did you not know this?
I don't care what the. Look,
but
I have
okay,
enough
and
of my
that's the
own
thing.
problems.
I
don't care
love
about the
that you
rest of the
said
world's
that.
problems.
No, but I
But-
love that you said that, because here's the thing that a lot of people here in America are thinking the same thing. However, it actually does affect our
It
country.
does.
Yes.
In a big way. So that's why I want to get into, some discussion just amongst the panel here as far as, what we're to expect, or things that we should just open our minds up to. So not trying to
Okay.
change anybody's minds, but these are the facts and this is what's going on. It's going to affect our country in many ways, one being the economy. So again, what happened was Britain decided we no longer want to be part of the European Union. Now, why that connects to us a little bit as well,
Mhm.
because over the past few years, the state of Texas has actually been discussing removing themselves from the United States.
Another civil war.
It'd be Texit.
Another.
We would have a Texas.
It'll be okay, bye.
Hey, you better get
No,
like,
it would not be a civil war, but if they wanted to break away from the United States and be their own sovereign
Texas.
nation, they
Well,
can do that. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, but if who's going to be the president? Trump. Let's
No,
not
they
put
would-
anything
Hey,
past him. He
let's
might be the next president,
send
and if
him-
he is, and Texas secedes from the United States, Trump is such an American, he might want to keep that unified.
And Mike, who says, how does that affect us? That you bring up a valid point.
Yes.
Because now with Brexit, that also has an effect on our elections to where their ideas are heavily moving towards Trump's way of running this country. So it affects us, like, not only our economy, but now it's really going to get into immigration, huge, and which is also going to actually play a positive impact on Trump's election. So this is another way that now we're looking like, I mean, we're close to the races. We're getting into July. The elections are in November, and things are already getting heated here as it is. I was watching a report how even the advertisements that they're showing on commercials now are actually more heavier towards what usually come from the end of the campaign. Usually, like, the commercials that are going now are usually the typical attacks, I guess you would say, because it was, I don't know, to you guys, when I watch some of these commercials, sometimes I'm talking about on the attack. Like, no, they did not go there. Like,
They're already getting dirty.
yeah, low blow to the midsection. They are getting dirty. And usually I guess I would say the level of dirtiness that is happening right now between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump is usually what comes like in October, once we get closer to the election. So it's already starting. However, again, with this whole Brexit, with Britain exiting the European Union, it's really going to play a heavy impact and positive impact now on Donald Trump as far as winning the election, because people really want to start tightening down on immigration. There's lots of happenings going on as far as immigration throughout even our country, and it's really opening their eyes to where, you know, we may have more strict policies enforced. So what do you got to tell us, Siobhan? Let's get hers, because
Okay, well, I have some stories in local news, and kind of continuing on this whole political route that we've got. Marco Rubio, news with him is unfolding just across the street at his headquarters. First off, after months of insisting that he would return to life as a private citizen, he announced last week that he would in fact run for re-election as state senator. And if re-elected, he promises to stand up to potential Republican President Trump. I kind of shuddered a little bit there. When he makes inflammatory statements or advocates ideas he disagrees with. And though he differs with Trump on many policies, he feels that Hillary Clinton is a worse choice for president. Rubio seriously began considering a re-election bid after the Orlando shootings on June 12th at the urging of Lieutenant Governor Carlos Lopez Cantera. His run for re-election lifts Republicans' hopes of hanging on to the Senate majority. Also in Rubio news, he is firmly opposed to the idea of running as Donald Trump's vice presidential nominee. A recent poll showed that a lot of Republicans favor him as the vice presidential nominee, but he said now he has an excuse that he's running for Senate. Beyond that, the differences in policies are too great to work out as running mates between him and Trump. And still no word on who will be either candidate's running mate. Do you guys have any thoughts on who would be a good running mate for Clinton or Trump?
I thought, who did I have the other day that I thought Clinton would? Mike, give us your, my brain computes what I was thinking a few days
dude,
ago.
I don't believe in politics. I don't believe in voting.
I just
don't
want a
vote.
vice president.
I don't vote.
Okay, moving on to
I
Joe.
don't know. I don't care. They're all a bunch of liars. No matter who you vote for, they're gonna say whatever they can to get into office. Once they get into office, they're gonna do whatever the heck they want to do.
All right. So,
The system doesn't work.
okay.
It's
As
true.
you can see, because
But-
Trump is an actual.
And you're part of that system,
Republican
though, right? But you're
candidate.
part of that system also, though, who just like you're turning a blind
but
eye.
well, it's not that. It's just the idiots outnumber the smart people, and that's just logic.
But all the smart people need to start working together.
Yeah, I
It
know.
comes in numbers, but you know what? The smart people are actually just staying behind and don't want to be any part of it. But it's not going to move our country forward with us all.
I know.
I agree with you. I
I
had that
know.
attitude when I was. I mean, I don't want to say that attitude, but I had that opinion when I was your age, and you think it does. We do feel it doesn't make a difference. I mean, because we do know there's a lot of finagling.
What can I do as an
going
individual?
on.
You can run
I,
yourself.
Run for office
I
yourself.
can vote for
yeah.
myself. Yeah, go ahead. Throw your vote away.
Well, not for president. You're not old enough to run for president, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
So we can mold him. We can
But
mold
you
him
can
into
start-
what we want the next president to be.
Mayor,
would
make your
actually
way
be
up,
pretty
governor.
interesting. Like if I got elected president and then I just have a council of people advising me, and then they could explain to me all different scenarios and stuff, and then me being an innocent person, not corrupted by the
Right.
political.
Okay, you're right. So we'd have like
then
a
I can
fresh,
make
like
the right
a
answer.
like a virgin person.
Yeah, like a virgin
like
person,
a virgin person.
like a child, like a little miniature
Probably
Buddha.
run the country better. Drew, what's your take? Who do you think would make great running mates for Hillary and for Trump?
Well, you have
Trump's
to,
gonna need help.
you have to look at right. You have to look at who your mate will help you gain your most popular votes. So
True.
As long as no one
Hillary,
chooses Sarah Palin.
oh, God, please don't. She can't run her own household. For Hillary, it's going to have to be someone that can bring Bernie's people over comfortably, and at the same time, not offend anybody else out there. So you can't really select Warren because she doesn't really bode well for big banks and so forth. But at the same time, I don't think Bernie wants to be vice president. But
And
you never know.
Right, exactly. And then you said for Trump, what do you?
Over Trump,
Let's think of someone good who can help
I'm
this
trying to
man
think,
in
like-
the event.
I've heard names thrown up as like Chris Christie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for some good recipes. I think
Yeah.
that man. I think Chris Christie could get us some
I
good
think-
recipes.
I think he was doing well. I don't know about anybody else because everyone's dropping left and right saying, "Oh, I don't want to be anywhere near that."
That's that's another problem that we
That's
have.
problem.
That's another huge problem. Could you believe we're at an election to where now their own party, I mean, is not
They're not even voting for him.
it won't even be loyal to the person who is.
Trump needs someone next to him that has like a kind of a similar personality because he's so boisterous and alpha male and
He
just
can't
in
have
your
someone
face,
similar
but
because
he can't have someone
then
so soft
They're fighting back and forth.
because he's gonna walk all over him. He needs someone to kind of match his alpha male thing.
I
to
think Chris
complement him.
Christie is that too soft.
I think
Well,
Chris Christie is too soft.
I was thinking
agree.
more like a Joseph Goebbels or a Heinrich Himmler, like something like that, because he's
Right.
just so totalitarian and
I love how you say you don't get into politics yet. You just dug out these names.
I'm just like,
that was yeah.
Who?
What news station are you watching?
Oh,
Mike?
I'm sorry, I'm still trapped in the 1940s.
Yeah, I gotcha.
The SSR channel.
And that was a great point too. As far as like Bernie Sanders, would he actually, if Hillary came to him and asked him, and I wonder if she did, would he consider being a running mate?
I don't think he would be a running mate for her.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he. I mean, he'd be.
But then here
excellent
goes the
part of the
question.
cabinet.
Okay, but here goes the question. If you really wanted to become president, as he did, okay, and you have that much faith and loyalty to your country, why wouldn't you accept a seat like that to still have your opinions and your ideas part of the play, in the system? So then you just, all of a sudden now you don't care. Like first you wanted to run the country and you care so much about this country. Okay, you didn't win over, with the preliminaries. And now you get presented with the option to be vice president, to still make a difference for this country and to still, share your ideas and still be a part of that. But now just because of different running, you're just no, because of different running mates, or
Well,
then you just say no. Why? Then where
Or
did
you-
your?
but it's
where
like
did-
you're playing for you're going for the Super Bowl, but you don't get to have. Here, a perfect example.
I'm going to give you guys an example, a real life
Perfect
example that from me. Go ahead.
Messi plays for Argentina in the Copa America Cup, misses the goal. Right,
Mhm.
they lose.
Mhm.
He's nowhere to be seen after he misses that goal. Then turns around and says, "I'm quitting." So at that point, you're so into it that when you lose, you don't want to be anywhere near it.
I gotcha. Actually in
Well-
5th grade, I just want to say I gave up the student council presidency to Michael Livesay. Okay, a kid named Michael Livesay. He won. Thank
Go,
you.
Michael.
I won by votes. I won. But he cried. He got vice president. He got under me and he cried. And I felt so bad. And I was like, it's okay, Michael. Like, I'll be vice president, student council, and you can take presidency. I did that.
You stepped
In
down.
5th grade, I stepped down over. Yeah. See, I'm tired of this heart of mine. That's why I wouldn't make a good politician. I have a heart.
Well, know who also had heart?
The Tin Man eventually got one.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
he
I was
already
going
had
with
it. He always had it. He just didn't know.
True.
Oh well. Anyway, what? Okay, since we're doing this 4th of July thing,
Yes.
I
Bring it
wanna-
to us.
I'm gonna lay a little bit of American history down on you.
This nozzle.
Back in the old days, when
Wait.
you-
Before you begin, old days as in 1980.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm
it's
talking about like the foundations of the
1995.
country, like
Founding fathers.
1700s,
Okay.
1800s.
Okay, go.
I'm not sure when it ended, but basically what they did, whoever ran for president, the winner would become president, and the person that lost would become vice president.
Right.
That's exactly how they used to do it. I don't know when that changed, but basically now the vice president is not heard unless the president dies or
Right.
is assassinated.
Right.
Like
And that's how-
FDR
Well, it depends.
or
It depends on your
when
president.
John Kennedy got killed, then the vice president.
But that's how student council elections went. Whoever got the highest number of votes
Yeah.
was president. Then the second highest was vice president. So,
Well, that's because we only
but I
have,
won
like,
that.
we
And
only
I
have
gave it up.
4
I'm
people.
just letting everybody know again.
The vice
now.
president just basically goes out hunting and accidentally shoots his friend
Jeez.
because he's not doing anything else.
Mike for president.
Not even shooting his friends.
Okay, I have another story here for local
Give it
news.
to us, Siobhan.
On Saturday evening, a group of 11 Cuban migrants landed on Hollywood Beach, though some reports say it was Dania Beach. Reports indicate the group may have been armed with machetes and knives and threatening to harm themselves if they were stopped. When the group reached the shore, the police were ready and waiting for them, and they jumped out and made a run for it. The 10 men and 1 woman had been at sea for 10 days in what can only be described as a small rowboat. All were taken into federal custody. Just hours earlier, a group of 5 Cuban migrants landed on the shore of Key Biscayne. They had been at sea for 12 days. Just since October, at least 4,600 Cubans have attempted to illegally migrate to the U.S. The number of migrants from Cuba has increased significantly due to the fear that the wet foot, dry foot policy may be coming to an end. I had no idea that the numbers were this high.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's astronomical.
Where do they typically land?
Anywhere.
anywhere
Like
that
this one
current
was
takes them.
between Hollywood, Dania. The other one was down in Key
Key
Biscayne.
Biscayne.
Yeah.
All along
Sometimes
our
end up in-
beaches, from
sometimes
the
end up
in the
Keys
Keys.
up
Like-
into Boca.
It
Where the current
always
takes
kind of makes me wonder. It's like a lot of them, I guess, end up on Miami Beach or
Mhm.
ish that,
That's
but
right.
like Key West is so much further down south and closer, isn't it?
Yeah, but
That
it just
wouldn't
depends
it-
where
But
the
they don't
current
have
is
a
taking
motor.
them.
They don't have a motor to like guide them to like
Yeah,
a
I don't
specific
know.
beach.
It's just funny to me how like the closest part of Florida, like they never.
You
land
think
on.
they'd make it to the closest,
Well,
right?
sometimes,
The
they,
closest
sometimes they
land.
end up in the Keys. Sometimes
Mhm.
they do. But it all depends on when the current and how they can control the boat and so on and so forth.
Do any of them just like the wind picks up or whatever when they're out on the ocean? They just get carried into the middle.
Yeah,
of the
they
ocean
have.
and
Yeah,
The
they
last
die?
one,
Absolutely.
It was a
Sure.
couple months ago. I reported the ones that got actually whisked away to the west coast of
Mhm.
Florida, and then ended up in, it was like Cozumel or Belize in Mexico. So
That's a
imagine they started in Cuba
big
trying
water.
to come, through the Atlantic, but then it took them to the other side, all the way to Mexico.
They're not coming in on yachts. So.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Not all the
It's
time.
just,
Sometimes they come in on cigar
it's just like, I mean, if you're gonna make that journey, I assume you have some sort of navigational seamanship.
No.
I don't
skill.
know,
Close your eyes and jump
They
in the
don't.
water.
There's no towers. There's
They
no
don't have
cell phones,
GPS,
there's
I'm
nothing.
sure.
There's
No, I know, but I'm just,
roads.
you want to.
But have you
I
ever-
think you should, be prepared before
Take
you
your
decide
finger,
to
stick in the air,
make
see where
that
the wind's
journey.
blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out at sea for 10 days. They can't be charging cell phones in their
I mean,
little
they don't need to
rowboat.
be charging cell phones, but
Well,
I'm
now
just
you
saying,
get
like,
lost. You literally get
like
lost.
study the stars in the sky.
Right.
like
Well,
how they
there
used
has to
do
be
it.
some type of navigational
They're the-
way
they're
that
the
they
Columbus,
well, that brings up a good
tactics.
point that when we come back also later, as far as how are they, like I said, brings up a great point. They have no navigation. Drew was saying like earlier, obviously, a lot of these are run by smugglers. That come in, so goodness knows where they're actually floating to, and there more than likely is the case where there is somebody out there who is then guiding them in this direction, and these people do get paid large amounts of money for it. It is also a big illegal issue that is going out there in the waters that we'll definitely discuss later on. We're getting ready to go to break, so coming up when we come back from break, we got all the sports updates with Mike. We've got some national, international happenings going on, some more. Always 247miami.tv. We have the Few Show. You guys know this is one of my favorite shows. And yes, it must be stated like that when you're saying the name of the show. So again, they are on once a month on Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. They also go to live local events for wrestling. So make sure you guys stay tuned till we come back after the break.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day,
Because each day counts.
day by day. by day.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're on 24/7 Miami.
Hey, I'm Giancarlo Stan, and you're on 24/7 Miami.
What's up, guys? WWE superstar Kofi Kingston.
I'm Wade Barrett. This is WWE superstar The Miz and 24/7 Miami.tv, and it is awesome.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're on 24/7 Miami.
Recording Marjorie's promo.
Hello, Masita Rica is here from The Fix at 6. You can catch a new episode every Friday at 6 and various replays throughout the week here only on 247miami.tv.
All right, we need a catchphrase.
Listen up or I'll kick your butt. The Fix at 6 will make you jump. Masita's lady lumps want to make you hump. Oh yeah, throw a fist pump only on 247miami.tv.
Hey Mike, you ready to record this promo?
Let's do it.
Ha ha. Clear your throat.
Ha,
All right, here we go. Ready? Play. Hey Mike, if you want to hear the best sports talk in the 305, where do you go?
Just log on to 247miami.tv.
What time and when, Mike?
Every Monday from 3 to 5, and also catch replays throughout the week.
Yeah, we talk Marlins, Heat, Hurricanes, and the Dolphins. So again, Mike, where do people go to catch the John Ed Show?
247miami.tv.
Peace.
I'm Dr. J, host of the OT Fantasy Football Doctors, along with Good Goody, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on 247miami.tv, where we tackle the NFL's most important fantasy-related injury, news, and notes for the week.
We run you through all the tests, checking up on ads and drops, evaluating your lineups, and diagnosing upcoming matches to exploit, so you can go back to feeling good.
You can hear all this and more on the OT Fantasy Football Doctors
on Tuesday
at 8 p.m. on 247miami.tv.
Hi, this is Kathy Whitmire, LMHC. I'm Barbie Bonder, LCSW.
And I'm Arlene Thielon, a psychotherapist. And we're from The Female Perspective,
a show about life, love, and everything in between. Check out our show on Mondays at 10 p.m. on
247miami.tv.
Hey, I'm Kevin Hart.
And I'm Josh Gad.
And right now we're on 24/7 Miami. That's right.
Tired of having to wait till 3 o'clock for your cafecito break? Change that today with the Panchito 365, the first self-brewing espresso machine.
This is the fastest coffee machine I've ever used.
I'll never have to wait for coffee again.
Fastest coffee machine ever. I don't know how I live without it.
Trouble making espumita? Simply no time to stand around the machine waiting? This is the machine for you.
Fast and delicious.
Panchito 365 changed my life.
Get yours now at participating Presidente and Sedano supermarkets or visit panchitocoffee.com.
Christmas concerts and carolers driving you off the road. Forget those boring shows and come on over to our show, the Christmas in December to Remember concert. All your favorites will be there. Seth MacFarlane,
Hawaiian Christmas Day,
Mariah Carey, Sir Paul McCartney. So come on down to the BB&T Center, Sunrise, Florida, December 25th. First concert tickets are on sale now on Ticketmaster. First 50 people get some free unlimited hot cocoa. So I'll see you there.
24/7 Miami Radio.
On 247miami.tv.
I'm Craig Cook, host of Metal and Mayhem. I'm bringing you a brand new season of Metal and Mayhem this fall right here on 247miami.tv. Follow
Okay, welcome back to Now Trending. We got to get in the habit. Everybody better say it. Anybody who does not see the correct show name has to deposit a dollar into a jar I'm going to create. So this way I have money to go out and eat after.
Game Boys.
So to all our fans out there for 247miami.tv, don't forget to listen to the Game Boys every Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. For some video game talk. Like they really get down and dirty on the video games. They actually broadcast live out from LA, and that's LA on the other coast.
Woo.
So again, that's the Game Boys right here on www.247miami.tv every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Again, for all your video game talk, and you can join in on the fun, get some tips. Do they give secrets away, Lou? Do they give like codes? Back in our day, they used to have codes for video games.
Yeah.
Remember those?
AB Start.
Are those codes still exist?
I don't think codes still exist. I think.
I mean, are video games
think
more
they're, like,
technologically
glitches now.
advanced, or they glitch? Was that what they call them?
I think they call them glitches.
So it's the same.
They don't
thing,
have
though.
Easter eggs in games anymore.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do, but
Okay, there
it's
you
not
go.
like you. But you don't insert like a code to
Right.
to
No, but before
insert-
you,
to-
like in Super
to play
Mario
with
Brothers,
cheats.
you remember Super Mario Brothers? There were certain tunnels, like patterns you could go down,
secret ones.
and then it would take you like to these like never ending.
Or if you fly into the sky really high, you can get to a whole other world.
Yeah, yeah. But I beat the heck out of Super Mario Brothers. Like, on the real.
I
though,
know in
not
like some of the
cheating.
Halo games, like there's certain jumps you could make to like escape the actual like map that you're in, and then you just go into like this weird floaty realm that's
Right.
not even like part of the.
I think we'd be great guests though for their show, for Game Boy show, and we can talk about these old things and
Yeah.
see if they know what the heck we're talking
They would be
about.
so impressed.
They'd be like,
They'd
"What?"
look at you like, what's wrong with these
Yeah,
people?
Real-
I haven't kept up with video games too much. So.
Either have I. Like,
Atari.
Oh, can we get let's get Atari and a ColecoVision in here.
ColecoVision.
I have
ColecoVision was-
ColecoVision.
Oh, you still have it?
I think so.
No.
Bring-
Oh,
bring
wait
in
a minute. Party at
a
Siobhan's
Sega
house.
CD.
Meeting after. Real fast before we get to sports with Mike, I just want to give a shout out to Painting with a Twist. They are a chain of art studios offering easy to follow painting classes for groups and individuals. I visited one this past weekend for a great event for the Humane Society. And they were located up in Coral Springs at 720 Riverside Drive. I told the owner I'd give her a shout out. We had so much fun. We raised nearly $1,000 for the Humane Society of Broward County. And I can actually paint. I painted a real picture.
In between the lines?
Hidden talent.
It was just a really great experience. And you bring your own wine. You can bring your own wine, champagne, they had snacks, and we just all had a great time. Thank you for that. And Mike, what do you got in sports for us? Talk to us what's going on. I want to hear. I mean, I've been hearing people getting excited for football.
Football.
I'm getting excited for foosball. I ain't playing no foosball.
All right. Well, basically, what I have. Well, if we're gonna talk Dolphins, basically, there's one player that the Dolphins claimed off of waivers. Back in April. His name he's a cornerback. His name is Ekpre Alomu, and basically, he's kind of frustrated, not with the Dolphins, but basically the fact that he's been rehabbing his injury ever since he was drafted in 2014 because he came into the league with a knee injury. So basically, he hasn't been able to play any games since then. And then, Cleveland waived him, and then he got picked up by the Dolphins, and then now he's on the Dolphins. So basically, they've been kind of holding him out of OTAs and stuff, but he's very eager to get on the field. And basically, he was a 7th round draft pick by the Browns, but he would have been he had before his knee injury, he dropped to the 7th round. So basically, he would have been a 1st round pick had he not gotten injured. So it's a smart pick by the Dolphins because they need cornerbacks. And basically he just needs to wait till July to start playing in training camp. But he's been working at the nickel position and the outside corner position.
Are you excited about this guy or not? I can't get a read on you.
I'm never excited about anything the Dolphins do anymore.
Oh.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I always got to temper my expectations. But, I mean, it is a smart pickup. Why not take a chance on a guy who could potentially be a 1st-round talent, Because, it's cheap. You're not giving away anything. You just pick him up. You have him on the team. You practice, you see how he does, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah, and, I don't know. You want any other sports updates? You want some?
Yes, tell us what else
Miami
you got.
Heat.
Ooh.
All right.
Bring the heat.
Tell us what's going on with basketball. Do we have any news about LeBron? Is there anything, or is he just sitting back eating spaghetti these days until he decides what to do?
I don't know. Well, LeBron, I guess there was some report, after he won the NBA Finals championship, that Stephen A. Smith told Mike and Mike in the morning that he heard that the Heat and Lakers were on a list of potential suitors for James that he might consider. I don't see how he comes back to the Heat. I don't even see how he leaves Cleveland after winning a championship with them. I mean, he controls everything of it.
Yeah.
He controls the team. He controls what coaches he wants to fire, what players he wants to bring in. I mean, he just won the championship, even though I think that the Golden State Warriors still lost it. So that's it for. But moving into the Heat, Hassan Whiteside, he's going to be a free agent on July 1st. The Heat, he's making like less than $1 million right now because he's on the minimum contract with the Heat. But once he becomes a free agent on July 1st, he's going to be competing against the Heat and other teams that want him. And he's probably going to earn some sort of max deal around like $22 million. So the Heat want to offer him a little bit less than that just to keep him around on the team. So it's going to be interesting whether or not to see if Whiteside stays with the Heat for a winning, stays on team with a winning culture, or if he wants to just chase the money and go to some other team. I think he should stay on the Heat. The Heat need him. The Heat are the ones who took a chance on him and are the ones that developed him and made him into the player that he is today.
Does the Heat want him?
I think he'll stay.
Yeah, they definitely want him. He's like he's a star player right now,
especially when Bosh is not 100% all the time.
And he just started to find his groove this season. So the sky's the limit for this guy.
They had a shot until you got hurt in that game.
Let's see what else. All right, Panthers. They had the NHL draft over the weekend.
Yes.
The Panthers. Where are the draft picks? I wrote them down here. Okay. The Panthers draft. They drafted center Henrik Borgstrom, 23rd overall. 38th overall, they drafted Adam Mascarin. 89th overall, they drafted defensive man Linus Nassen. All foreign names. They're all foreigners. Jesus Christ.
It's hockey.
Yeah, I know it's hockey. So 94th overall, they drafted center Jonathan Ang. 114th overall, they drafted defenseman Riley Stillman. Maxim Mayman, 175th overall. Defenseman Benjamin Finkelstein, 195th overall. And they also they picked up somebody. They picked up Keith Yandel. Okay, just go. All right. Well, basically, they picked up this guy named Keith Yandel. He's 29 years old. He recorded 47 points in 82 games with the Rangers last year, and they signed him to a 7-year deal, which is $44.5 million, and brings a cap hit around $6.35 million per year over 7 years.
Okay,
so there you go.
They all get to wear the new logo.
Yeah, they wear the new logo. Yeah, and they're going to be a great team.
They are. We're going to definitely hit up. The three of us hit up the Panthers game.
Yeah, we did.
We got
one
to see one of them, and we had a great time at that one. Drew did. Unfortunately, we weren't able to join us for that one. Hopefully,
I've gone to a
next
couple
one.
other games, so
but you didn't go with us.
That was my whole point. He tried to play that off as I've gone before. We were talking about us. Okay.
None of that counts.
Well, black people don't like hockey.
No.
Yes, we do. There's 4 or 5 of us that do.
Black people don't
Mr.
play
Trump?
hockey.
No, there was
4
one.
or 5.
There was one.
Oh my
There was
God,
one
guys.
black guy that played for the Panthers.
Now I know why
Peter
John
Worrell.
left with the kidnappers.
He was the enforcer. They dubbed him the enforcer, and all he did
Peter
was
Worrell.
beat up white people.
Okay, so I just want to let my
Which is everyone
friends know Italy beat Spain.
Which is
We're still
everybody
on
else.
soccer. We still have soccer going
Soccer.
on. I don't know if anyone's following soccer, but Italy. I mean, they're not doing as great as they did last time
Italy beat
around.
Spain.
I know my neighbors are
Yes,
following.
Italy-
Oh, in the European Cup.
Yes, in the European Cup, Italy did beat Spain. So
My neighbors definitely are following soccer because I could hear them just screaming and yelling until 11 o'clock last night, and I was hoping that that's what they were doing and not like hurting each other.
All my coworkers follow soccer, which frustrates me because that's the one sport that they talk about, and that's the one sport that I could care less about.
why?
Why? Because it's soccer.
Have
It's
you ever?
exciting.
It's
Have you ever been
It's
to
not exciting.
Football.
Please.
It's actually football. Thank you.
And you know, around the
Football,
world,
whatever.
it's more around the world it's heavily watched. But have you ever gone to a soccer
Yes,
game down
but
here?
that's because around the world they have no better sport.
No, I'm asking you,
Here
have
it
you
comes.
ever been
Here
to
it
a
comes.
soccer game like here as far as one of these like European League or American? Like, I mean, as a kid, we went to Joe Robbie Stadium and we would see USA against Colombia. I think I saw USA against Russia. Who else did I see? USA maybe against Mexico. Was it? But have you ever been to one? They're exciting games.
No.
They are.
No, they're not.
How would you know? You've never been to one.
I don't need to go to one. I seen it on TV. I played it when I was a kid. I didn't. The field's way too big. It's 120 yards long. That's bigger than a football
It's a little
field.
long.
The scoring is way too low because it takes so much time to get from one end of the field to the other. And if someone just decides to kick the ball in the opposite direction, you got to run all the way back and make your way back again.
I've seen a goal scored from halfway, from midpoint,
That's crazy.
and that was the women's team that did that. She kicked it from halfway.
Yes, it did. Just on other news, did anybody hear about Stanley Wilson Jr., who he used to play for? I'll tell you, he's a former NFL player. But this past Wednesday, I believe, he was actually shot during a home invasion. So he.
Well, I'm glad you brought that bright news in today.
Yeah, and she's laughing.
Wilson, he is a Stanford University graduate. He was a third-round draft choice by the Detroit Lions. He played 3 full seasons with the team. Yeah, like I said, he was breaking into a home, and he was actually undressed, and this was in Colorado, and he was shot during the burglary. He is alive, but, I mean, it just goes to show you how 1 minute you can be living one way of life and you're in the NFL and you're playing for these huge teams, to the next minute you go towards breaking and entering into someone's home to burglarize it and
Wait.
getting shot.
He was the burglar?
Yes.
He was the burglar. Yes.
Oh.
The former National Football League player was shot last Wednesday in a West Hills neighborhood by a homeowner during a residential burglary, and he is facing a nationwide warrant.
And he was naked.
He was naked. Yeah.
He had to be on something, I think.
Whoa, why would he be?
Either he was on something, or maybe because I saw an episode of Law and Order when a former football player, he had concussion issues, and he would do crazy stuff like this.
And that
So
that brings up another great point and these are things that now they're starting to look into, as far as different athletes, even there's even a link between maybe even Parkinson's, which Muhammad Ali had.
It may cause you to not necessarily be in the same room. It doesn't cause you to necessarily break into someone's house naked.
True, but there's something, you know what though?
Well, you
Okay,
never know.
first you have first think about it. You have even civilians that go
Naked.
to war. No, listen, civilians that go to war who aren't having blows to the heads like our athletes do. And just think how that non-physical contact is also causing issues on the brain, to where now you have physical. I mean, do you know how hard those blows are to the head?
Yeah.
Do you know how hard when you're running on a football field in the
And
NFL?
they knock you out. I watch it all the time.
And
Yeah,
the
I know.
blows to the head, so why would they not do any kind of damage to where,
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't think it's going to drive you to take off your clothes and go into somebody's house. That's something
I don't know
totally
that it's
different.
It drove Junior Seau to shoot himself.
But he didn't take off his clothes.
He's still shot.
I
It's
don't know.
better I
I
take
mean,
off your clothes and shoot yourself.
Once you mess up your brain, there's no telling what you can do. In the episode
Yeah,
of Law and Order, this
blackouts
guy,
But
I think
of all
it was
the cases of CTS, which is what you're talking about, or CTE, I think is one of them.
CTE.
Nobody took off their clothes.
We need to go back into. Should we do a scientific?
I'm not-
we're investigative
I
reporters.
think it's possible. I mean,
I think it's definitely
you might not be
possible.
in your right
Okay, Mike,
mind.
you go ahead and
I
take
mean,
over
I had
this
a gram. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
I think with how many severe blows to the head? I don't
Yeah,
think
you
I'd
freak-
be
you
thinking.
kinda-
I may walk in here with no clothes on. Honestly, if I had that many severe
I
blows
think
to
you
the head.
can't you
Hey,
can't you get Alzheimer's down the line?
it's they're
With
trying
it?
to link it. Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
I had
they're
a
trying to
grandmother
link
who
those things.
had Alzheimer's. I saw her do all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, I agree.
Putting
Same
your
thing.
ice cream in the microwave, hiding your chocolate Lucky Charms in between the couch cushions, like
I know.
shit like that.
Hey, well, I do that just as a parent. Yeah.
Oh, my
A beep.
bad.
Can we get a beep for that? So now we've got some national or some world news with Siobhan. So Siobhan, take it away.
Okay, some more good news. We have
Cheerful. It's all
There's no such
cheerful.
thing as good
I
news.
promise I will end on a happy note if we can just get through this kind of downside for a moment. Fires in the west and flooding in the east. Fire officials say that at least 200 homes and other buildings have been destroyed by wildfires burning in central California. As of Sunday, the Erskine fire was a 58 square mile blaze and only 10% contained. There are a total of 7 wildfires across the state of California burning at this time. Altogether, thousands of homes have been destroyed. There is a wildfire in the San Mateo Mountains in New Mexico that has been burning for a month, is now about 66 square miles and 69% contained, while a second New Mexico wildfire southeast of Albuquerque is now 28 square miles and 90% contained. And in West Virginia, at least 24 people have died in flash floods. The waters are receding now, but over the weekend, the president declared West Virginia a disaster area, and a state of emergency had been declared in 44 of the state's 55 counties. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of homes have been destroyed. Flooding this magnitude has not been seen in over 100 years. The death toll is expected to rise as many people are still missing and unaccounted for. So,
like I said,
sheesh.
No such thing as good news.
Well, that's not good news. It's sad. It's kind of amazing, to think that this. I mean, these are flash floods. These are not waters that rose slowly over a period of time.
And they wash away. I mean, your vehicles,
entire houses.
You walk outside of your home. I mean, you'll wash away your inside of your home.
I never understood how flash floods work. Like, I know what they are, but I don't understand. Like, how does all the water just come out of nowhere and just start?
Because it's also not draining fast enough, like the drain systems that are in place, like in a lot of
or if
areas,
a levee breaks or
enough.
something.
If a levee breaks, just like how wasn't it Led Zeppelin when the levee breaks? I love that song.
I think that's.
But the levees are.
No, but it's when the levee breaks.
Aren't
Apple Pie, Don McLean?
Aren't levees like basically man-made?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but they break. Look at Katrina.
They can't hold them back.
It can't hold that much water.
I mean, Katrina took out Louisiana. Look at all the neighborhoods in what do they call the small areas in Louisiana?
Parishes, yeah.
They took out parishes where houses were floating down the street, and that was from the levees breaking, and people drowned. Imagine going into your house and you walk out like you have to swim on the ceiling, on the roof of your house.
Right. The water, it's like if you have in an hour you have 2 feet of water, times it by how many square feet miles you have in the mountains, and all that comes rolling down really fast before you get a chance to even calculate it.
Right.
It'll take out everything.
Yeah.
Unless
You're
it
right.
goes over the river banks, and it's got to go somewhere. So it will go through your house.
Yeah, and the drain systems are just not equipped. They're supposed to be. Well, here, I mean, even down here, we used to get when it rained down here. I mean, the floods were just.
Well, here's a
horrific.
different place. Here, the water has nowhere to go.
It does, here it doesn't have anything to go,
sea
but
level.
right. But that's how now, like, I mean, cities have put in different ordinances. Even when you're building, like when I had to build my commercial property, oh my God, just to go through draining, paving, and drainage. I mean, and when it rains on my property, not a single. It doesn't look like it rained at all, which honestly ticks me off because they made me put a lot of money as a small business owner into this, where I go into parking lots of grocery stores, and meanwhile it's flooded, and they don't. These big millionaires for Publix when Dixie's don't have to, drain their parking lots properly. That's my issue.
Well, it depends on who owns the shopping center.
Well, yeah, it does depend. I mean, also these stores rent them out, but still, it just goes to show you these big, huge businesses are still not up to date and think of all the damage it does do to your cars. We did own a towing business, and the cars we used to tow just from the flooding, and it's just. Florida, get yourself together.
I can relate to both of these, the fire and the flood. Growing up in California, we were always under threat of the wildfires, and there were so many times we were ready to evacuate just, from fires. But I also lived in an area that flooded very easily. So there's so many times that, like, going to school, we'd have to walk through knee-high water to get from our car to the classrooms and stuff. So neither are very fun. And what's really sad with West Virginia is the governor told people that they can now return home if their home is still there.
Yeah, and how many deaths? I know the last report I saw was 25 deaths in Virginia.
So they think that number is going to climb because some people were just swept away. And
on the bright side, there's some jobs that might be open.
But I promised to end with a happy story. So let's look at something a little more fun. A glass slide known as the Sky Slide has opened 1,000 feet above the streets on the 70th floor of the U.S. Bank Tower in Los Angeles. This is the tallest skyscraper west of the Mississippi. It's a 45-foot ride down to the 69th floor where there is an observation deck. The glass is a little over an inch thick and is built to withstand hurricane force winds and, importantly in California, earthquakes. Tickets just to get to the 70th floor where there's like a club and bar, kind of a place to hang out, and an observation deck, which is known as the Sky Space. That costs $25 and an additional $8 for your less than 20-second ride on the slide. So have you guys seen this thing?
Yes.
Because no one's gonna get hurt on that.
I don't think. I mean,
Only
it looks
1,000 feet
pretty
to the
cool.
floor.
It looks really cool. But the pictures I've seen of people's faces as they ride it, they look terrified. But as I've watched the videos of people actually going down it, it doesn't look. To me, it doesn't look that scary.
Oh, it doesn't look that scary
First
until
of
you're
all,
like
I'm
at the
looking
top of it,
at
about
this
to go down.
now. This slide, it looks, even though it's clear, it looks like a plexiglass type of thing. And furthermore, you're sliding down on a rag, like how they have at the fair. You know, they have the big
Right,
slides
like
at
the
the
gunny
fair.
sacks.
So you have the gunny slack, which makes you go even faster down this. I'm already. Like, I feel claustrophobic already. I'm not even in the slide. I'm just looking at a picture of the slide right now. And this lady's face on her gunny sack or whatever sack. And I can't breathe. I don't, you know what?
See,
I
this
don't
doesn't scare me
know.
at all. I would do this, but I just don't think it's worth the money. If someone paid for me to do it, I would do it.
I love how
like
you're
in a second.
I
There's
love
no way.
your answer though, like because even today you're like, you wouldn't do that, you wouldn't. I would do it, but it's just the
I'm not
cost
scared.
of going
I just
down the
don't want to
slide.
pay for it.
$33 to go down to slide for less like 10 seconds.
Okay, but
come
would you,
on.
well, would you pay the
So-
$25 to go up to the observer? Like,
No.
it sounds nice. So you said they have a bar. How do you get down though? I mean,
Elevator.
Is
You
there,
fall. It's a straight shot. Right to the ground. Right to the ground.
The same way you got up. There, I mean, you land on an
No.
observation deck on the
No.
69th floor, and then
no.
69.
so there it's
1,000
worth
foot
it.
drop.
I just don't know. I mean, to go that high, I'm not even like with high-rise buildings. Like probably the highest I've gone, maybe was like in downtown Miami. I think it maybe goes up to like 50 floors. There's one. My sister used to work in the building, and she used to work every day. Like it's just no.
I think what is
No.
more exciting would be to go to the Willis Tower and stand on that little glass part that looks down on the street in Chicago. I mean, that you can stand on there for as long as you want and look down, but
F that.
this slide,
it.
it's over in like 5-10 seconds.
No.
It's
That's
gonna
why
be
they
I don't
go
one,
up
know though,
there
but
so you
maybe I
buy a
would.
drink.
I don't know. Maybe I would. 'cause
it's
it
gonna be
kinda
one
looks
hell of a
like-
wedgie. That's what it's gonna be.
At least it's a slide going down. I think I'd be more scared of the observation tower just being up there and then looking. I think the going down part is like, it's like, yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Is it
You
water?
know?
It's a water slide or?
No, it's just a
No,
slide.
it's just a clear
Like-
plexi slide.
Oh,
like you would
okay.
find
I
on a
was thinking
playground.
water slide. That was gonna be way faster.
It's something similar. Like, have you ever seen the one in Drew? Would you do it?
Hell no.
I need to see the
Why
picture.
not?
I haven't seen any pictures yet.
Because I'm not stupid.
No, wait, you got the picture on there?
I have a picture
Picture of
over
it?
here.
Just pull-
I didn't know if
Oh, it is a water
it's
No,
slide.
it's
not a
not.
water-
It's not a water
No,
slide.
it's not a
No.
water slide.
Here it
It's
is.
the one after
Oh.
spit up on it.
Oh, I don't know, man. That looks fine.
Look at the lady.
I
Hey,
thought.
look at the lady. Don't look at the slide. Look at the lady.
I looked at the lady.
Look at the terror.
She's
Look at the
ugly.
look of fear on her face.
That's yeah.
About to puke.
I watched the girl from BuzzFeed. She did an article on it and she did it twice.
Did she Facebook Live it?
I don't think so, but
Lou would
she
make us
posted
Facebook
it.
Live it. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
She
he
posted
would.
her video and it was so short and I did not think, but then I watched the guy from Jimmy Kimmel do it and he was flipping out because he, I guess, has a fear of heights in the first place.
Yeah.
So he was freaking out and like doing shots and stuff.
Like,
before
what if
he
you go
got
down and you
fired.
accidentally twist like the wrong way?
That's kind of what the guy from Jimmy Kimmel did.
Yeah. So Lou, I mean, like, if 24/7 Miami will pay for it, the $8 we can get Siobhan.
I
on
would do
film.
it. No,
And
$33.
with 33, get her the $33.
Yeah, never mind the
also.
$3,300 a
But
flyer out there.
He's going to be in
And-
LA next week.
And
though,
she'll
so.
Facebook Live.
Lou, you do it, Lou. You do it. You do it.
Oh, and you got to Facebook Live it, Louis. Yes,
let me-
Gotcha. I'll pay it. Okay, I'm gonna pay your way before we leave here today. We're gonna
Just
order
send one of your
ticket.
kids down.
We're gonna order his ticket, and we're gonna get him a camera. This is something similar. The Grand Canyon actually has something
Yeah.
similar to this as well. To where,
That's just
yeah,
an
no, not a
overlook.
slide.
Oh,
no,
oh
not
yeah,
the slide.
the ledge
But
thing.
it's just the ledge. Like it's a clear ledge hanging over the Grand Canyon. And yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
thrill seeker,
no.
so I would stuff like that. This seems really minor to me.
I'm a
I've done
thrill
really,
seeker,
really kind of
And-
crazy things. I've done bungee jumping and rock climbing and fun stuff like that.
Hell no.
Getting to the top, yeah,
Hell
no, that's
Hell
okay.
no.
Chicago has that.
I
has
did not
the same
lose
thing in
anything
the
out there.
Sears
I don't need to
Tower.
go find
That's
it.
what she was
Yeah,
saying.
the
Yeah,
ledge.
to go ahead and look over.
Oh
the
my god,
city.
I was there and it's terrifying.
I-
I didn't want to. I just wanted to hurry up, take the picture, and get off because
Oh, your
it's
family was
scary
one of
looking
those
down.
like, let's get a picture. So
It's like you're standing on nothing. It's the scariest.
I think it's cool.
We'll have to rethink that because Siobhan likes going on adventures and
I'll do
I like to join sometimes. But before we go to break, anyone always listening to www.247miami.tv, we have What's Pop in Culture with our very own Erica and Ty Nino. That's going to be every Friday at 11 a.m. They give you the latest updates on what's popping in culture today. So when we come back, we have the mayor coming back. Everybody loves the mayor. He's the man with the plan. That's right. We've got some more entertainment news coming up. Talk a little bit about BET Awards. So make sure you guys stay tuned for everything we have exciting on Now Trending.
What it do, is your boy Big Snoop Dogg on 24/7 Miami. You know how we do it, baby. Shake, shake, shake.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day.
Every day.
From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day. Find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day, by day.
On 247miami.tv.
I'm Craig Cook, host of Metal and Mayhem. I'm bringing you a brand new season of Metal and Mayhem this fall right here on 247miami.tv. Follow me on Twitter @RealCraigCook to submit your requests and have all your feedback made fun of live on the air. Metal and Mayhem, Fridays this fall, 247miami.tv.
Do you know why we pulled you over?
Was it because I was speeding?
No, it's because you weren't listening to the
Story time!
Tune in Thursdays at 8 p.m. on 24/7 Miami.
This is Wilma Shakespeare,
Anger,
and Disaster Chief from Miami's Vice City Rollers, inviting you to tune in to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv. New shows every Saturday at 9 p.m.
with encore replays Monday at noon and 10 p.m., Tuesdays at 10 a.m.,
and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m.
Find out everything you've ever wanted to know about roller derby in the 305. Get the 411 on the women's team,
the men's team,
and even the juniors. Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio. Rink Rash Radio.
On 247miami.tv.
Calor y sabor. Todos los jueves a las 6 de la tarde, con tu amiga Diana Carolina, te traigo Sabor de Miami, un show de entretenimiento, desde noticias hasta un Throwback Thursday. No te lo pierdas, 1 hora de calor y sabor, aquí en 24/7 Miami.
Hi guys, I'm James.
I'm Adrian.
We've got some very exciting news about our upcoming show,
Cannon Fire.
What are we going to talk about, Adrian?
We're going to talk about everything science fiction.
So, movies?
Yes.
Video games?
Yes.
TV shows?
Checkmate on that.
Awesome. We're also going to be seen around our local comic book events. So you're going to see us at a lot of cons, hopefully at some of the comic book shops around town.
Hopefully they be giving free stuff and we'll let you know about it.
That'd be awesome. And we've also got some interviews lined up for you guys. So please remember to check us out on 247miami.tv.
And like us on Facebook.
Recording Marjorie's promo.
Hello, Masita Rica is here from The Fix at 6. You can catch a new episode every Friday at 6 and various replays throughout the week here only on 247miami.tv.
All right, we need a catchphrase.
Listen up or I'll kick your butt. The Fix at 6 will make you jump. Masita's lady lumps want to make you hump. Oh yeah, throw a fist pump only on 247miami.tv.
Hey Mike, you ready to record his promo?
Let's do it.
Ha ha. Clear your throat. Ha hum. All right, here we go. Ready? Play. Hey Mike, if you want to hear the best sports talk in the 305, where do you go?
Just log on to 247miami.tv.
What time and when, Mike?
Every Monday from 3 to 5, and also catch replays throughout the week.
Yeah, we talk Marlins, Heat, Hurricanes, and the Dolphins. So again, Mike, where do people go to catch the John Ed Show?
247miami.tv.
Peace.
I'm Dr. J, host of the OT Fantasy Football Doctors, along with Good Goody, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on 247miami.tv, where we tackle the NFL's most important fantasy-related injury news and notes for the week.
We run you through all the tests, checking up on ads and drops, evaluating your lineups, and diagnosing upcoming matches to exploit, so you can go back to feeling good.
You can hear all this and more on the OT Fantasy Football Doctors on Tuesday at 8 p.m. on 247miami.tv.
Hi, this is Kathy Whitmire, LMHC. I'm Barbie Bonder, LCSW.
And I'm Arlene Thielon, a psychotherapist. And we're from The Female Perspective,
A show about life, love, and everything in between. Check out our show on Mondays at 10 p.m. on 247miami.tv.
Hello.
Now trending is back with your favorite hosts, me, Siobhan, Mike, doing the boards. Coming up, we have the mayor. Get ready to join us. But for right now, to all of our fans at 247miami.tv, don't forget to listen to Bipartisan Disorder with Unpopular Chris and Pierce Sargent discussing politics every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I love their show because you get half and half. You get the Republican side, you get the Democratic side. And they split it right down the middle for you without using any weapons. They don't get down and start fighting and wrestling. I know sometimes we'd like to see that on shows, but they don't. It's not a one-sided show. Maybe we can get them to wrestle next time as we get closer to elections. But anyhow, don't forget Bipartisan Disorder with Unpopular Chris and Pierce Sargent discussing politics every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. right here on 247miami.tv. So coming back, we've got the mayor. We're going to get him on the line right now. And he's always, like I said, he's just a man with the plan, the reports with sports.
He knows everything.
I'm going to give him that.
I wish I could talk like him about sports and reports.
You could, though.
He's got everything like right on the top of his head, and he's so passionate about it. It makes it so entertaining.
It does.
It's
So
great.
let's get the mayor here on the line. The mayor, how are you doing today?
What's good? What's poppin'?
Doing good. Happy Monday, ma'am.
So far so good. I can't complain. Everything's everything. I'm back in the building, you know.
That's good. We love when you're in the building here.
Can't complain.
I agree. How's the weather up there?
It's hot, son. It's hot, yo. It's
So,
hot.
so when you leave us, are you going to go play out? When you leave
People
us,
don't want to be bothered.
right?
I'm about to go outside and get some of these sunshine rays as soon as I get off the horn with you guys.
Gotcha. Are you going to play in the fire hydrant too?
Nah. I stopped doing that like right after 7.
Oh, don't say that. I thought when I came up there, like you're going to introduce me to the
Nah,
fire hydrant. Like that's how I want to get
that's for
down.
youngsters and all that, you know what I mean?
I'm still a youngster,
I don't
man.
want to, have no flashbacks and spray no water on somebody because, I got a truck now, so I don't want nobody splashing my joint. You know how that goes.
Oh, okay. Well, we keep it undercover.
Yeah, no doubt. What's happening?
Why does everybody take everybody changes what I say into innuendos? Is that how you all view me? Do I look that way?
It's just male instinct.
I just laughed and kept it moving. You know what
I love you, man.
It's
No,
all
we
good.
keep it
Speak your
1,000.
mind. Speak your mind, mommy. It's all good.
You got it. So talk to us. What's going on over in the sports world? Because like I said, I know you're sports reports with sports, and you got it all for us.
Listen, right now everybody's just kind of like walking around, New York is, especially Knicks fans are walking around, greeting each other. Before it was like, yo, get out of my face and all that. Now it's like, hey, how you doing? We had Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls, and I'm looking at it as a positive move for the Knicks, man. We all about trying to put some juice in the building. A lot of people are, talking about how he's hurt, he's damaged goods. I don't think so. I think that he's got 1 year left on his deal. He's going to be playing for his max deal, so I think you're going to see the best Derrick Rose that you want to see. And even at his press conference, he's ready to go. He doesn't understand why the Bulls traded him, but he thanks them. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to Derrick Rose really having a nice season. And I'm not looking for the finals or anything like that. I'm looking to be competitive in the East. And right now with the squad that the Knicks are working on right now with Carmelo and Porzingis and Derrick Rose, I'm seeing us at least being some kind of, grabbing one of those 8 spots in the East, man.
Nice.
I'm seeing us, being better than we were. You know what I mean? Nobody's really cracking jokes about the Knicks no more. And all of that. So it makes me feel good as a Knicks fan to know that we on the come up. We got us a nice point guard that's gonna bring some, juice back to the building, and we're gonna be all right.
All right. Well, I mean, I know why the Bulls traded him, because he's like the NBA's Aaron Foster. He's the equivalent of that.
Of course, you got your mic there. Mike's there for you.
But he played 66 games last year. He showed that the injury is a thing in the past. And he's motivated by the money. So he wants that max deal for 2017. He better come and show and prove in 2016. So this is the place to be for him. He said he's got his spirit back. He's fresh. He's re-energized, rejuvenated, and he's in the Big Apple, and he's ready to come and get his thing on. So I'm not really worried about what happened yesterday with the injuries and all that. And you can get that. I'll give you that, because you're absolutely right. But you don't know what he's going to do in a Knicks uniform. That's my point.
Oh, that's true. That's
all
true.
All that what he did, I've seen all that. But he played 66 games last year, and he did his thing. So that's what I'm harping on. I'm with that.
Can you talk a little bit about the trade and talk a little bit about like what his role is going to be on the team? Is he going to have a reserve role? Is it going to be a starter? What's it going to do?
Bro?
Yeah.
Yo, man, you bugging. Derrick Rose gonna be the point guard. He's gonna get his name introduced in the starting 5. I think that the Knicks gave up Robin Lopez. They gave up Jalen Grant. They gave up Jose Calderon. Now to that, Mike, I would say that we might need a backup point, and we traded our backup point guard away in Jose Calderon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting where you're understanding that. With Derrick Rose is gonna be there, I think, to facilitate the ball. He's got scorers around him now, so he can really do some things as far as penetration, driving to the basket. That's gonna be his forte. But he's gonna have people on the perimeter that he can get the ball to. Now, as far as his durability, that's gonna be a question mark, Mike. And I give you that, my dude. But I'm thinking that if he can give me at least 66 games, this year like he did last year, we'll be all right. That's the thing I'm harping it on. But I'm looking for Derrick Rose to really contribute and be a major factor. And he could be the king of the city, man. Definitely, because we're waiting for somebody to come here and take over, man. And I think the Knicks are going to be a lot better than they were last year, the last couple of seasons. And Phil Jackson's plan is starting to come to fruition a little bit. Now, as far as the bench is concerned, we may have we got to make some moves in the fortified bench. But Derrick Rose is going to definitely be in the starting lineup, most assuredly. You can believe that.
But so Derrick Rose is he's gonna have more of a role than Carmelo has?
No, not necessarily, Mike. Not necessarily. Derrick Rose is just gonna play his position, my dude. Derrick Rose is gonna be the one to get the ball to Carmelo. He's gonna be the one to get the ball to Porzingis. Now I'll tell you this. Phil did say when the Knicks go small, we might be able to slide Porzingis into the middle. That's when we go small. Now he's talking about in the sense of competing with teams like, in the finals, you saw teams switch around to, small lineups and things of that nature. And Porzingis is 7'3". So, going small is, however you want to define that. But we're definitely going to be a more athletic team. I like it how nobody's talking about the triangle, Mike. Nobody's mentioning that, my dude. Jeff Hornacek is a dude that likes to see his teams move up and down the court. So we're definitely going to see a lot of that. And I don't think that, Carmelo is going to slide to, the secondary role at all. He's still going to be that dude. But now he's just got somebody to really get him the ball who's also a threat. Because if you want to, play Derrick Rose, you're going to have to worry about the penetration. And if you're going to do the penetration, then you're going to have somebody to be on the perimeter when he kicks the ball out to the perimeter. So that's all, man. I don't think that, Carmelo's going to take a back seat to anybody. I just think that now we got this little decent 3 that we can talk about and have some respect that Madison Square Garden.
So is Rose back when he was with the Bulls? He had to be that offensive weapon. He had to take over games. He had to be the man. So now is he going to be the number 2 guy and number 3 guy?
However you want to put that, man. If you want to put Derrick Rose as the point guard, Carmelo's always going to be the de facto number 1 dude per se. But my thing is, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm not really looking at a pecking order of who's 1, who's 2, who's 3. My thing is, any one of those dudes can get the ball at the end of the game. Now I got some threats now. So I'm not really trying to, worry about who's on the pecking order, who's going to get mad, or who's number 1, or who's number 3. We already know where everybody fits in. You know what I'm saying? So Carmelo Anthony and Derrick Rose, definitely a combination that is going to get some respect around the league, man. So I'm not really sure about who's the top dog or who's second and all that. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just glad that, nobody's laughing at my team anymore.
All right. NBA draft.
You know what, though? You know what, big homie? I wasn't really even paying attention that much to the draft, and that tells you how much respect I give to the draft. I think that, it went, like the experts would have said, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. I thought Chris Dunn might have went third to Boston, but he did. We're going to see, man, about this draft. I'm not really too keen on any of these guys because, like the Knicks didn't get anything popping. But I'm not really excited about what anybody did in this draft. Now, you could take that for what it's worth. Milwaukee at number 10, they drafted Don Maker. The dude is supposed to be 19. He might be closer to 30. You know what I mean? So that, that type of thing is really, really, affecting, my thoughts about the NBA draft, man. I'm looking forward to next year's draft. Might be something to look forward to. But this year, I wasn't really too hard on anybody coming out this year because, we talked earlier in college basketball season, you know how I felt about Ben Simmons and his situation down at LSU, and I'm more on the education side. I would have rather him stay, at least another year. You know what I mean? But he wanted to maximize on his dollar potential, and I'm not mad at that because that's what it's all about now, Mike. We know it.
Yeah,
it's about how much money you can get and snatch that dollar right away, man. Not about worrying about potential or even trying to learn your craft. He's going to learn his craft while he's getting paid. I'm not mad at that, man. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that the NBA draft even happened because, I just found out about it before I even brought you on. Like, I didn't hear anything about the NBA draft. I guess, I don't know.
You're worse than me.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about the NBA draft. Yeah, man.
Hey, I watched the NFL draft. That's the one that I watched.
I hear you. I hear you, my dude. And I mean, that just speaks to my point right there. You're a sports guy. I'm a sports guy, and I'm admit to you, man. I mean, I was up on who's available and who's going to be in the lottery and things of that nature. But as far as like these guys that are from overseas and all that, I really don't get that deep into it because now the NBA draft, Mike, is a lot about now. I'm gonna draft you, but I'm gonna stash you away so you can play for me in 2 years.
Yeah,
is that about you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they didn't really draft anybody if they're gonna put on the court right away unless you're talking about a Brandon Ingram or the Ben Simmons type character. A lot of people came from overseas. A lot of these people lying and talking about, well, I heard of this. Dude, you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, this NBA draft in particular was more about potential in the future. And I don't mean that in a good way, like what's going to happen this upcoming season.
Yeah.
We're talking about the seasons to come, like 2018, 2019, down the line like that. So it is what it is with the NBA draft. And congratulations to everybody who got picked. Love is love all the time, man. So I respect you, and I wish everybody well in their careers, man. Word up.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the NFL. Anything interesting going on? Anything with your Jets, Knicks, Giants, Dolphins?
Hey, man, listen, first of all, they're not my Jets or Giants. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Oh, yeah.
Go Tampa Bay.
I'm just messing with you, fam. I'm just messing with you. The Jets, it's another day. No Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Giants are trying to put it together. I think the Giants might have something special on offense, man. Mm-hmm. If they could put those three dudes together, you know what I mean? Your Victor Cruz, your Odell Beckham Jr., and then they got the rookie Sterling Shepard from Oklahoma who's doing some really, really nice things, man.
Yeah.
In camp, I'm here. He's doing some really, really special things. So the Giants might have a three-headed monster at receiver reminiscent of the Smurfs that Washington used to have back in the days. That might have been a little bit before your time, but that's, the Washington Redskins had their receivers were the Smurfs. So I think that the Giants, man, Eli Manning definitely had some weapons, and they might make some things happen as far as what's going on with the Giants. But I think with the Jets, man, it's just, hurry up and wait. The closer they get to, really, really getting official and down in practices, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Jets are going to come to some kind of conclusion, man.
Well,
I think that they have to. If Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to go somewhere else, he would have been signed already.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what's hard because, I mean, all the teams have quarterbacks now. Pretty much.
Right. Right. You know how this thing works, Mike. You know how this thing works, my dude. The closer they get to it, you're gonna come to the realization like, oh, okay, they're not gonna, beg for me to come in, and he does need to work. Now, if he wants to sit out, we're gonna see how much money he really stashed away.
Yeah.
If he really wants to sit out like that.
I mean,
so if Ryan Fitzpatrick agrees to a deal, the closer we get to really getting down to practice, we're gonna see who blinks.
Right.
Because the Jets are not gonna blink.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'm telling you that right now.
Fitzpatrick, he's not the future.
That's with all those quarterbacks that they drafted.
Yeah.
And Geno Smith was just coming back from having a broken jaw.
Yeah.
So it's like he had a year in the hole.
Yeah, his teammates don't like him.
He's the prohibitive starter as we speak right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the future, but if they want to make the playoffs, they need Fitzpatrick. That's what I think. I'm gonna hand it back to Joy.
What would you do, Mike, if you were the Jets at this point? You really, this guy's really basically a journeyman. Let's call it like it is.
He's a journeyman.
He had 31 touchdown passes last year. Pretty decent, receiver squad to work with. What would you do as the Jets front office? Would you give this guy what he wants, or would you just make him stall him out and wait?
I don't even know what he wants. Does he want 12 million, 15 million? I mean, what does he want? I mean, I don't think that's, absurd to give him like a 2-year, maybe 30 million. I mean, but I don't think they even have the cap space with all the players that they're overpaying.
Did you see 30 million for 2 years?
Listen, I think that, the Jets are kind of like throwing caution to the wind. They're saying, okay, we got a bunch of quarterbacks in here already. Like we said, we talked about Geno. They got Bryce Petty, who they drafted last year. They got Christian Hackenberg, who they drafted this year. So somebody's going to have to work. That's the insurance plan that the Jets have against Ryan Fitzpatrick not coming in.
All right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time. I got to pass it back to Joy.
I hope they get it done, and I think they will at the end of the day. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, if he wants to play football this season, he's going to be playing for the Jets.
All right.
Do you agree? Mike says he agrees. He agrees. So with the mayor, we got to wrap up with you. It's been
listen. Shout out.
Listen, Linda, tell me.
Shout out to everybody, man. You, Joy, my man Mike, my man Andrew, the whole unit down there.
Yo.
My man John Ashman, he'll be sorely missed, my homie. He got in touch with me last night and let me know what the deal is. I respect him, man. I thank him for putting me on, and I look forward to continuing with Joy and the whole unit down there. Just let me know what the name of the show is.
Right, with Now Trending.
So we could be up on things.
Absolutely.
I'm in the building, man.
Now Trending, and I'll be sure to be listening to you tomorrow. I'm going to catch up with you this week to let you know what's going on with our show. But go ahead and give your shout-out information for your show, so this way I'm listening and I can get other followers, because I love your show, man.
Okay, no doubt. You already know what it is, man. After Further Review 2.0, a.k.a. the Sideline Pass. This is the man live and direct in your eardrum right now. I rock on from Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. live and direct on the Wacko Bob Network, man, via Mixler.com. Shout out to TuneIn Radio. And we got some special things coming up for football season, man. You might get to see my face, man.
Oh,
I'm just putting it out in the air, man. You might get to see my face
Oh,
on the TV screen.
yeah.
We're doing things up here, man. So check me out. Shout out to you, Joy. Shout out to everybody behind the scenes. I'll talk to you next week. This is the mayor, man. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, left-handed. You already know. Get at me.
That's right. Always keep it 1,000, man. Talk to you later, Mayor. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us.
You too, baby. We'll talk.
You got it. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so we've got some more. We've got some entertainment news with Siobhan coming up. But before we get to Siobhan, like I said, this is our 4th of July show. So, Mike, can you tell me, what is the supreme law of the land? Could you tell me?
Oh my God, is that the?
This is a question on the naturalization test.
Mhm.
And what is the supreme law of the land?
Yeah, let me think. When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass, and so we are all connected in the great circle of life. That kind of thing.
No, Mufasa, you were wrong.
Okay.
The Constitution.
Okay. All right.
The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So, Siobhan, go ahead. Give us some more news. What do you have over in entertainment? Talk to us.
Well, let's see. I've got the box office numbers for this weekend. Coming in at number 3, Central Intelligence made just over $18 million. Independence Day Resurgence, sticking with our Independence Day theme, made over $41.5 million. And Finding Dory, for a second week in a row, is made over $73 million, so it takes the number 1 spot. And looking forward to this week, we will have some new shows, something for the whole family, BFG, or Big Friendly Giant. Rated PG. A young girl encounters a giant who, despite his intimidating appearance, turns out to be a kind-hearted soul. It's directed by some guy named Steven Spielberg.
Some guy.
Some guy named
Some
Steven
guy.
Spielberg.
Some new guy on the scene.
Some guy.
The Purge, which is not family friendly. The Purge election year, rated R. During election year, Senator Rowan is vowing to eliminate the Purge. This is the third installment of the Purge series, and if you haven't seen the ones before, the Purge is an annual 12-hour period in which any and all crime is legalized. So anarchy rules. It kind of like purges out the undesirables in the community. Finally, which kind of to your own discretion, which may or may not be family friendly, The Legend of Tarzan, rated PG-13.
I want to see it.
Tarzan, having acclimated to life in London, is called back to his former home in the jungle to investigate the activities at a mining encampment. It stars Alexander Skarsgård and Samuel L. Jackson.
And Christoph Waltz.
Uh-huh.
Love that guy.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
So that's what to look forward to this week in box office.
I really want to see Tarzan.
Lewis asking you, did he vote in the BRICS?
Brexit?
Brexit.
And
yeah.
Brexit? Did he? I don't know. Lots of people
I
did,
don't
but
think
we
so,
all know
'cause
that
he probably was dead.
I did not vote. I am not a British citizen.
we're not a British exactly. So we're
This
gonna go
ain't
on
Britain.
to. And that's our box office.
That's
and
what we
TV
got to look
shows.
forward to, yes.
Sweet. Good deal. So let's talk about some BET Awards. Did anybody have the pleasure of watching BET Awards last night?
No,
I do
did
not have a TV,
the
still.
pleasure.
That's right. You didn't. Drew.
Oh, why you
Why
gonna
you gonna look at me?
Oh.
Why is he gonna look at me?
Drew must have watched.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see how it is.
My daughter
So
made
with that
me.
show now.
Uh-huh.
Anybody can
Yeah,
watch
okay,
the
John.
BET Awards. No, because I mean, like my daughter, we went to go visit my stepfather. He's up in the hospital, and he watched it too. It was a family gathering
bonding
at the hospital with the BET Awards. So some of our top winners were, and then we'll get into. I want to talk about.
Give me
some
the
of their
categories.
clothes, too.
I've never watched one of these shows. What are the categories for this kind?
Well, you had Best International Act, which WizKid. Lots of new movies coming out too. We have New Edition coming out. Does anybody? I know Drew will remember the group New Edition with
Yes,
Bobby
ma'am.
Brown,
And so does my lovely
Ricky
wife.
Bell, Bobby. Who we got?
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv
Ricky
DeVoe.
Transact, Johnny Gill.
Oh yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Do you know who New Edition is?
No,
Mike?
I haven't followed music for
They were,
like 10
they were
years.
called New
They
Edition
were
because they are
before
the.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
They were-
Oh, okay. No, well,
They
I
were
mean,
the,
I also wasn't really that much of a hip hop.
It was
rap
more
guy.
R&B. Give us a song of like. Do you know? There.
Can't you stand the rain?
Yeah. Can you? I won't sing it for you all. 'cause
Maybe.
we won't have
See,
any
this is why I need to watch
viewers
these
to
shows
our
because
show.
I'm sure if I watch it, I will learn about some artists and their music. Because
Watch
they'll be fun.
documentaries. There's lots of documentaries. There was even Dr. Phil's Bobby Brown's been all over the place lately discussing the death of his daughter and his new business. I don't know if anyone has seen his new seasonings. He does cooking. So he's got sauces and seasonings. Bobby Brown, yeah. So and they've been discussing, like I said, because they are making a New Edition movie. It is coming out. So a lot of the younger actors who are going to be in this movie.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of the actors that are going to be in this movie, the smaller children, they were also a part of the BET Awards last night. Some other titles include Best Female Hip Hop Artist. Nicki Minaj took that away. We have the viewer's choice was Beyonce with Formation. Has anybody listened to her latest songs?
No, but I heard her latest album is really, really good.
It really is.
Well, that Formation, isn't that what she performed at the Super Bowl?
Yes, that
There
is.
you
She
go.
did. And no,
The one
you
that
know
got all
what? Her
the nonsense from that?
Yeah, and you know what? Her new record, though, Lemonade. Like I said, if you listen to it, that it's heartfelt. Those lyrics are deep. Those lyrics are very meaningful and deep. And her one song, the last one that's out now, like "Put Your Middle Fingers Up," isn't it Lemonade or whatever with Becky with the good hair? Did I just shoot a bird on TV too? I did. I didn't mean to do
What?
that. It was just yeah. Thank you for censoring that out. No, if you listen to that song, I mean, you talk about a woman scorned. It describes what a woman scorned feels like. And yeah, thank you, Beyonce,
Because
for that.
Beyonce would know.
Yeah, and we have again, Beyonce took Video of the Year with Formation as well. Best collaboration was Work with Rihanna and Drake. Future got for best group, and he's my favorite. Future, I don't know if you guys know who Future is, but
I've heard of him.
throw up some comments.
He's from the
Throw up
past.
some
or
comments,
something?
yeah.
No?
And he's got a lot. He's from the past. Thanks, Drew.
You're welcome.
He was
Blast
actually
from
just
the
one of also another just inspiration for me to get into this industry. There was just a song of his.
Oh,
and
so it's
just,
his fault.
it really got me pumped. He was just one person out of that group who honestly pushed me towards this direction. So I'm glad. Beyonce, again, she took home quite a few. Taraji P. Henson took home Best Actress. I just want to get on her for a second. You guys didn't watch. I watched her dress. It's the new style that's out now. It is a bathing suit, basically, with like a sheer type skirt. So, I mean, you see the whole bathing suit portion, like the below portion is if she was wearing a bathing suit. I just don't find them classy. Does anybody know the type of dress that I'm talking about? That's the latest style now. It was the last award show. Someone else had it as well. But it basically looks like a bathing suit, and then it'll have a sheer shawl or cover over it, and it's
something similar to what J-Lo first wore back in the day. That
kind of,
got all-
yeah,
green thing.
Yeah, the green thing, and it just, but the bottom looks like you can actually see it looks like a bathing suit onesie, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't look classy to me.
Well,
I mean, I love Taraji P. Henson,
Yeah.
but the dress could have been better, and it's been talked about all morning.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it, and
But that's why she wore it. So you'd be talking about it all morning.
everybody's talking
Yeah.
about it negatively.
But at
It's
this, yeah, at
Doesn't
the same
matter.
time,
There's no
it's
such thing as bad press.
it's an interesting thing because I don't have the body to wear something like that.
Oh.
Thank God.
But however, if I was like a musical artist and I looked really, really good, I would try to flaunt it as much as I could. So I can't really hate on her too much for that. If she looked good in it, and maybe it might not have been classic, but if
I
she
mean,
looked
it
good
did.
in
I
it
just
and
didn't
it
like the dress
got the
itself.
eyes turning. So
I just think like I think she's beautiful. She could have did better with the dress. So anyhow, we're gonna go to break now. Make sure you stay tuned because we have Ask Mike coming up. We're gonna get into relationship questions. with Mike.
God.
What's ticking you off? And then remember, for all of our loyal fans of 24/7 Miami, we've got Cannon Fire with Adrian Maiquez. He's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. discussing comic books, TVs, movies. He really gets downtown with it. So again, make sure you're listening every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Cannon Fire with Adrian Maiquez. Again, coming back, we're gonna get Ask Mike. I have a special surprise coming up at the end of the hour that really nobody knows about in here, but everybody will find out. So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll be right back. But it's it won't go on Facebook also.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, blah blah.
Because I
247miami.tv.
I'm Craig Cook, host of Metal and Mayhem. I'm bringing you a brand new season of Metal and Mayhem this fall right here on 247miami.tv. Follow me on Twitter at Real Craig Cook to submit your requests and have all your feedback made fun of live on the air. Metal and Mayhem, Fridays this fall, 247miami.tv.
Do you know why we pulled you over?
Was it because I was speeding?
No. It's because you weren't listening to the
Tune in Thursdays at 8 p.m. on 24/7 Miami.
This is Wilma Shakespeare,
Anger, and Disaster Chief
from Miami's Vice City Rollers, inviting you to tune in to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv. New shows every Saturday at 9 p.m.
with encore replays Monday at noon and 10 p.m., Tuesdays at 10 a.m., and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m.
Find out everything you've ever wanted to know about roller derby in the 305.
Get the 411 on the women's team, the men's team,
and even the juniors.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
On 247miami.tv.
Calor y sabor. Todos los jueves a las 6 de la tarde, con tu amiga Diana Carolina, te traigo Sabor de Miami, un show de entretenimiento, desde noticias hasta un Throwback Thursday. No te lo pierdas, 1 hora de calor y sabor, aquí en 24/7 Miami.
Hi guys, I'm James.
I'm Adrian.
We've got some very exciting news about our upcoming show,
Cannon Fire.
What are we going to talk about, Adrian?
We're going to talk about everything science fiction.
So, movies?
Yes.
Video games?
Yes.
TV shows?
Checkmate on that.
Awesome. We're also going to be seen around our local comic book events. So you're going to see us at a lot of cons, hopefully at some of the comic book shops around town.
Hopefully they be giving free stuff and we'll let you know about it.
That'd be awesome. And we've also got some interviews lined up for you guys. So please remember to check us out on 247miami.tv.
And like us on Facebook.
Hey, I'm John Carlos Stan, and you're on 24/7 Miami.
I'm Craig Cook, host of Metal and Mayhem. I'm bringing you a brand new season of Metal and Mayhem this fall right here on 247miami.tv. Follow me on Twitter at Real Craig Cook to submit your requests and have all your feedback made fun of live on the air. Metal and Mayhem, Fridays this fall.
Broadcast call-in editing just got a lot.
TV.
Calor y sabor. Todos los jueves a las 6 de la tarde, con tu amiga Diana Carolina, te traigo Sabor de Miami, un show de entretenimiento, desde noticias hasta un Throwback Thursday. No te lo pierdas, 1 hora de calor y sabor.
Oh, I like that. You're my kind of girl.
Aw.
You were bringing me in on that. Thank you, Drew.
If you want to be.
Wait, was that patriotic?
Or was it some type of hint?
We should
I'm
have
just
had.
going off of BET because apparently I watched it last night.
Oh,
So-
I got you now. I got you.
Siobhan,
I
you
feel
should have
like
had like
so-
some like historical stuff. Whenever we come back from break, we read a little.
Nobody told me to prepare that. I could have
Yeah,
done
but you
that
got
all
your
kinds
No, we
of-
historical
can. I
so
mean,
you
do you
should
feel
just
like
know it
we're
off the top of
picking
your
on you
head.
today? Because I have another question for you when it comes to the United States of America and us as Americans.
United States of whatever.
We the people, you know? So the idea, Mike, for you, again,
Right.
we're going, because this is your question. We're teaching you, we're molding you, buddy. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these 3 words?
We the people.
I was gonna say, somebody just said it.
I gave a hint. I gave a hint on it.
I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to the hint.
You didn't. Yeah, I said
Yeah.
we the people when we were speaking, and that was the answer. I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Okay, 1-0. We're good.
I'm in my own little world sometimes.
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 I
Today
call it
has
my
been one
happy
of those
place.
days. Today's been one of those
Sometimes.
days where anytime I go to speak to anyone like in this building, they're half interested, and then out of nowhere they're like, "Look, a monkey."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting that all day today, so it's better than at least I guess.
You get that every
the other
day.
I do.
She's the
What are you
wild
trying
card.
to say? The wild card.
I
like
yeah.
that.
Joy's
That's
the
gonna be
wild
for my other new show, The Wild Card. That's
Yes.
my name will be The Wild Card. I like that.
Joker.
I was
Yeah,
the
how did you
7
know
of
that?
Hearts in Alice in Wonderland when I
I'm a
was
man of my
12.
word.
Seven
I
of
got it.
Hearts.
So, are you ready for your hot question?
Let's do it. It's about relationships.
For our
I am the
relationships
man. I'm
with
very
Mike.
wise with relationships.
Okay, so
I-
dear
I'm over-
Mike,
Okay, go.
are you ready? Now I want you to have a clear head and think about this.
Mhm.
I'm moving in a few weeks and have asked my girlfriend of 2 years to move in with me.
This is a man speaking or
Yes,
a girl?
this is a man
I need to
speaking.
know who's.
Okay,
asking
it's a man
questions.
speaking.
Okay.
Now, can I start over again? This
Yes.
is the man. I'm moving in a few weeks and have asked my girlfriend of 2 years to move in with me. She's considering it, but I suspect she's unsure about it because I'm pretty messy at times. Underwear tossed on the floor, plates piling up in the kitchen every other day, etc. I know if I could get my act together, she would happily move in, which is something I really want. Can you please give me some tips on becoming better at cleaning? I would hate for her to move in and feel like my maid or worse, not move in at all.
Mhm.
He's ready to cohabitate. What do you think? Do males think about this kind of stuff first of all?
Oh, of course. I think men are very, very logical. I mean, some men are. I am. I'm one of those logical men. Like, and the thing is, I cannot help you with your cleaning habits because I have none. You should see my room. I have clothes all over the place. I should have picked up my room like months ago. No lie. But I mean, I know you hate cleaning. I think all guys kind of hate cleaning. But all I can say is put on your favorite tunes or put on like a podcast that you enjoy listening to and just get up. And as you're having fun listening to your music or whatever, just do what you got to do.
I got
Just
you.
wake up.
I'm going to
wait-
get you a better. We're going to start getting juicier questions, but I wanted to start with this because let's go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead,
for this
Siobhan.
guy, it's not so much a matter of cleaning up his apartment because he's moving to a new place. So
Yeah.
it would be for him to learn to get in the habit of not causing clutter or causing a mess in the first place.
I think if you really love this girl, I think the fact when you do live together and you really, really love her and you do care what she thinks, I think it's just going to naturally come to you, especially when she's going to be with you there. It's going to give you that extra motivation because you know she's going to, hate
right.
it.
That sounds
she sees
great
it.
in a perfect world.
Yeah,
However,
Exactly. Ideally.
However, it seems to turn out that one partners cohabitate. They forget about this discussion. That's why I wanted to know: do men think of this like at the initial stage of when they finally make the decision to say, "Oh yes, I want to cohabitate with my significant other"? Is that something that they first think about? Because typically, I think as women, we may assume that men really don't think that off the bat. And because what happens is we end up, in essence, like he said, he doesn't want her to move in and feel like the maid. However, in essence, that typically I'd say is the higher percentage of what happens.
Yeah.
You get comfortable.
Yeah, I think people do get comfortable. My biggest insecurity about moving in with whoever I like is that they're gonna find out about all my weird habits. Like my weird habits that
such as
I don't want to discuss them. That's for whoever decides to
for the next lucky lady.
Yeah, the next lucky lady.
The police will find out about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I do always believe in teamwork when you're together with someone. I always like to kind of, not only is it a relationship, but it's a team. And I think if you guys need help, if your significant other needs help doing the chores or needs to run an errand or something, I think if you do have the time, you should help that person out.
Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yes, please. No, because I want everybody's opinion.
If they need help, tells me that he's not doing it.
Okay, you're right. That was a good catch.
Well, I can't do it. I've been single for 8 years.
No, but you said if they need, okay, but shouldn't the cohabitation, now that's a great point you bring up, Drew, because what happens is I know lots of men who automatically assume the role of the woman is to have more of the cleaning duties of the household. They really don't think of, when it comes to paying the bills, men will be 50-50 straight down the middle. But when it comes to the cooking and cleaning, then it's that's more heavily weighed on the woman. And I know lots of men who actually view it that way, who just, that's their belief. So when you go to cohabitate with someone, when you make that final decision, what is your attitude on keeping the house up?
No, that's my thing. It's is
it going to be 50-50? Is it going to be I do my share? Because as Drew said, you said if they need help.
It depends on how you want to assign it. Maybe, if you want to break it down into designations, okay, you got the bathroom and the living room, I got the kitchen. You know what I mean? It all depends on how you decide to break it down. Maybe you have a weekly switcheroo every week. You do trade jobs. Yeah.
What was the question again?
Someone has to make sure the women do it.
Yeah.
See, we have another. Someone has to make sure. And if I was just gonna.
If I'm doing the cleaning, be in the kitchen, make me a sandwich.
Thank you, John.
I don't want to. I don't even want to say the J name. I feel bad for saying the J name. But if the J name was here, you know what he would say, right? He'd be like the woman's hands down, all four, hands and knees.
Yeah, hands and knees.
Scrub. So Siobhan, tell us how you feel. Cohabitation, the men, do you think that they really have this thought beforehand? I don't want to seem like a slob when we move in.
Maybe it needs to be a contractual agreement before you even move in. You have it all written down.
Okay, do men assume? Do all you men assume
that works?
How about this? Okay, go ahead with that because I want to add something to that.
Well, I don't know. I've never lived with my significant other, so I don't really know how to approach that whole conversation. I know I am a difficult person to live with because I like things a certain way.
Right.
And I'm not going to say I'm the cleanest person. I am clean, but I also
have leniency. You have different definitions of clean.
But only because I live by myself. If I lived with someone else, I would try a little harder. Whether it be a roommate or a significant other, I would try a little bit harder to keep my area clean.
When we come to your house this evening, your place is gonna be a mess.
No,
it's not a mess at all.
I imagine her place spick and span. I feel bad. When she comes to, I feel bad when she comes to my house.
But I don't know what a guy's point of view moving in together would be. I would hope that he already has these habits in place because you can't. No. If he has these habits in place going into it, it's gonna work. If he doesn't, then it's not going to work.
Yeah, I need a super clean guy to kind of balance out my my unorganizational.
She's a Felix Unger.
Well, I wouldn't want to be with someone and feel like I have to be their maid or clean up after them, or always getting irritated by their shoes being left in the wrong place or whatever.
But will you dress like a maid for them?
that would be a whole different scenario.
Okay. But it might start off with some cleaning.
Yeah, it could.
Hey.
Drew has seen how, I think all of you guys have seen my picture of how I vacuum.
I didn't
in
know.
my bikini.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Hey. We're getting more viewers
And
and
her
more
hips,
likes at this
her hips
point.
don't lie.
Yes, that was. Everybody said I was thick that day. I never heard that before.
Oh my
but
God.
that is how I clean my
You a
apartment.
tick girl. You a tick girl. Siobhan's a tick girl.
A what?
A tick girl. That's
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we're
I heard
talking
something
island.
else.
We're talking
Yeah.
island. They
I
would
mean,
say, you know,
I thought
she a tick girl. Let's talk cat calls. How? I want to know.
How about-
How do you call a woman like, okay, you're walking down the street and you see an attractive woman, you would like to get her attention. How do you go about getting her attention? Because I have an issue with the old
Oh no, I don't.
Ah,
no,
yeah,
no,
mommy.
no.
That's
I go.
what I
I go the Al Pacino route.
Hoo-wah.
No. If I had my pod up, thank you, Drew. You want to turn my pod up?
Your pod's fine.
No, it's not. It's not even on.
The effects.
The effects. No, it's not.
It's not on.
CD2.
What with pod
CD2.
on?
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna go the Al Pacino route.
I don't know, but I didn't know Mike brought pot.
5 to shoot. Ozili again goes back up on him. James steps back for 3.
That's not your pod.
No, but this one is.
Great ass.
I can't
Oh,
believe
that would not make me happy if
Yeah.
someone got yelled at me.
you guys were talking about pot.
Oh.
I just
No,
wanted
I thought
to
we were
get you
talking
guys-
about the cat calls.
We are.
No,
Now,
I
talk
don't-
to me. I want to know
I
how
don't-
you, because we're always with our relationship advice and to
Yeah.
get Mike a date. So how do you go about getting? You see an attractive woman, like
Yeah.
I said, walking on the street, maybe.
Is she
somewhere
like
down the
how
street?
is she like in speaking distance to me walking past me, or
Yes.
is it she like
She's
all the way
within
across the
earshot.
road?
She's within earshot.
She's within earshot. I go, oh, hello.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
But
What-
my
a little
question
bit-
is, what do guys expect girls to react to that? I mean,
when you go, hey, hey,
Like-
mommy, hey, like I mean, yes.
hi, mommy.
What? How do? Okay, first of all, have you ever given a cat call like that?
Oh my god, not in a long time. But usually, if I am walking past an attractive young lady, I will walk past her and then I'll be like, whoa, and I'll stop and then I'll reverse.
Right. I want to know your
What's up?
strategy.
Yeah. So then I'll take a couple back steps and I'll be like, oh my god, what's up? And I'll shake her hand, introduce myself.
Right.
Do you have-
Okay, that's not too creepy. That would make.
Do you
me
have any
probably
type
laugh.
of pickup line?
Exactly. Yeah. I have to do it in a way to make them laugh. I can't just be like super
Are you
cool,
one of-
yo, mama, what's up?
I mean, are you
Baba,
one of
you're so
those?
sexy. Like,
Are
I
you
don't-
one of
I don't
those
do that.
guys like with those cheesy pickup lines, like, "Oh, your legs must be so tired because you've been running through my mind all night"?
No.
Like, I
no,
mean,
no.
do you have like any kind of famous?
I have. If I do use pickup lines, I make sure they're really, really awful.
Right.
So that they
you
just
do.
sound
I've
bad.
heard
like,
your yes.
Yeah.
Either with
I can't
with-
think of any off the top of my head right now.
I mean, either with you with your lines,
Yeah.
either someone's just gonna fall madly in love with
Yeah.
you, or just drop kick you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like no in between.
Has a woman ever slapped you, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or not has a woman ever slapped him. How many
you an
times?
idiot?
How many times have you been slapped?
Uh,
for your pickup line?
Slapped. Let me try to think. I've probably been slapped once, but I don't think it was because of a pickup line. But I was hanging out with my friends one evening, and some girl just came behind me and just poured a drink on my head. So yeah, that was
Out of nowhere.
Uh,
Was it because of a bad cat call?
No,
Was
no, it was
disrespectful?
because like back. Okay, this was when I was in college. That's when she poured the drink on my head. But I knew her because back in high school, she had this like thing about people like touching her nose or something. Like it was like a pet peeve of hers.
Who the hell's going up to her touching her nose?
I don't
Why would
know,
someone go
but
up
like she
to-
mentioned it, and like I never wanted to touch a girl's nose so bad in my life because I'm just an instigator.
And so you did.
Yeah, because she was
Oh,
walking with her boyfriend one day at the mall back in high school, and I saw them, and I snuck up behind her real quick, and I just like tapped her nose, and I ran away real fast. Are you an idiot? And then years later, I guess she's been working at the Fridays at the mall, and I'm just eating at Fridays with my friends, minding my own business, and we finish our meal, we walk out of the Friday, stand around just goofing off, talking. And I don't know. This girl calls, this girl behind me. She's like, "Hey, Mike," and I turn around, and then she just pours a drink on my head. So I guess she held that one back for a couple of years, just waiting for the
Are you kidding me?
moment of my return.
What was your reaction?
No, I remembered who she was and what was it about. I just kind of like shrugged my shoulders.
All for touching her nose.
I was just like, I guess I deserve that.
That was dumb.
I mean, like, how did you touch her nose?
I just
years
like
later-
gently like tapped it. And I just ran away. It wasn't like I punched her in the
Right, but
freaking
that
nose.
doesn't deserve like a drink.
Yeah, I
poured
know,
over
but
you. Like, I would've
whatever.
really-
I mean,
that
hey,
would've-
man, some people hold on to things for too long, but I mean, I did, I did think in a way it was fair. I mean, it was crazy to hold on to for all those years, but
How
it was
bizarre.
a fair trade.
I say how bizarre.
I'm a Libra.
That
you
wasn't.
know.
Oh, you
I'm very
are a
balanced.
Libra?
Yeah, I'm
You're a Libra.
I believe for an
Oh, this is going to be topics for next show.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I don't know
Oh
what
my
that
goodness,
means.
Makes a Libra.
Joyce's
Wow.
eyes
I
are
just
about
know
to
I'm
jump
all
out
about
her
balance
head.
and justice and fairness. So,
Oh my goodness. I know because I know lots of Libras. My
Yeah.
mom, my best friend. We've got lots of Libras in the house, and I love the connection with Libras.
Now I can understand she's working on Fridays. Her life's not going great. So,
Yeah, still no
whatever.
reason for a
I
drink
can,
over
I
her
can
head.
understand holding on. to
Which
things.
now takes us in because now you got me ready for our next segment because now that kind of ticked me off that some chick did that to you, and I'm ready to go down.
Well,
to Fridays.
a lot of girls have done terrible things.
I'm ready
me,
to go
but-
down to Fridays and give the drink back. That was
Yeah.
that didn't merit a drink over the head. So now we're getting into what's ticking you off because now you got me ticked off, and I'm ready to go. Like
I never knew you cared so much about me.
I am.
Oh,
For
thank
something like
you.
that, if it was fair, I absolutely agree. But yeah, no, that
We
was
will fight
fair
for you.
and-
You would aim the
I'm
glass at
justice.
his
I just
head.
like to, I would no, yeah, I would have not for touching my nose.
You have my soul.
If I were to go to the point of throwing a drink, yeah, the glass would have gone with it. But you have to get me mad enough that it's not just a drink.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
glass too.
yeah. I know.
So tell me what's ticking you off, Mike. Since you got the camera right now.
okay.
We're moving on to what's ticking you off here on Now Trending. We're all gonna discuss what's ticking us off, and hopefully maybe find positive ways for us to get over our ticked offness.
Okay. I got one because I saw it the other day, yesterday when I was scrolling my Facebook on my phone, and we all use Facebook, right?
We all use Facebook.
Do you
that is
guys
correct.
ever stumble upon like a link about a celebrity on the Facebook feed,
Yes.
and then you click it, and then it's this one page with full of advertisements.
Yes,
and it's
is it-
that one sentence about the
Yes.
celebrity.
It was it for John Cena.
I don't know. It's for all of them because
Okay.
I looked at the one about Eminem's daughter the other day.
Right.
So like it just says one
I feel you.
one sentence for every page.
I clicked on. Oh, I hate those too. But what was the link though? Do you recall what the sentence said to get you to click on that link? Because I'm going to tell you the one I saw the other day, and it ticked me off when I.
Oh my. Okay. Well, basically, it was about what Eminem's daughter looks like now.
Right.
So I'm thinking like,
I saw
I
that.
just click it. I just see a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I'm like, oh, man, she really grew up. Whatever. So basically, I click on it, and it's like what, it starts from the beginning of the story. Eminem and his wife. What was her name? Kim.
Kim. It was Kim. Yes. Mhm.
They had a dysfunctional relationship, and then next, and then another one sentence thing, and then it just goes like into the whole details of the relationship. And it's like I just want to see his daughter. What does she look like now? And I gotta keep clicking next
I hate
with
those.
one sentence for every freaking
I do.
page.
Yeah.
And it 20 pages later, I finally find a picture of his daughter.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, man.
No, I hate
Was it worth
those.
it though?
I don't know what website this is that does it like
There's
that, but it's
difference. Most of them do.
annoying. Oh my god!
It's a lot of blog. It's a lot of blogs that do that, and the reason they have you do that because each time you click on that
Mhm.
next page, they get credit from the advertiser,
Mhm.
whoever they're advertising for.
Yeah.
So they do
I know.
that, but that makes me nuts because
Yeah.
I like to look at the funny quotes and funny pictures,
Mhm.
and it'll say like 17 of the funniest pictures on the internet, and when you click on it, you have to click next 17 times to go through each picture.
It's basically just a cheap way to have a money grab.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Absolutely.
It's not about the viewer at all or your website
That's a great
quality.
point.
It's all about as much money you could rack in with
people clicking
little
on
bit of
links.
effort and short time as possible.
Welcome to capitalism 101.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I
absolutely.
mean props to them, but I mean, God, man, ugh.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna click
absolutely.
on them anymore. I'm just gonna go Google it.
The one I saw though the other day that really ticked me off was in the corner and it had a picture of John Cena and it said like John Cena. They found John Cena and they put the letter D at the age, like if he died at the age. So you're thinking John Cena died. Let me click on here. Then when you go to click on the page, it's an advertisement about some
Male enhancement pill?
Not even no, it's muscle building stuff. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, you led me here. So Drew,
Sucker.
tell us what's ticking you off, man.
Oh man, I'm pissed.
I don't
have to tell you things.
I don't really have anything that's
Everybody
over
knows
the
things
top
are bad.
upsetting
It's a
me.
depression.
Although I would like to know when Fitzpatrick and the Jets can sign this deal, because I'm really tired of waiting. I'm really tired of waiting. Just sign a deal, sign a paper.
Training camp's
get in the
coming.
camp. So we need to get this thing rolling, because our number one goal, of course, as always, is to beat New England.
Right. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, and number two goal is to beat the Dolphins. So we need to get
What?
these people in place.
We let
to
this
get
guy on our
done.
show? How did this guy get on the
Hey,
show?
I'm driving
Who
the
is
bus,
the building?
baby. I'm
He is
driving the bus. I love you. You're lucky I love you, man.
I mean,
you want your mic open. I'm driving.
there's not really
Thanks,
a
Drew.
rivalry for me. I mean, I don't know.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, I'm supposed to hate the Jets because I'm a Dolphins. I can't even believe we're sitting next to each other. Yeah, man. But I'm not. I mean, I love the Dolphins, but I'm not a blind Dolphins homer. You know what I mean?
No,
so I'm
the
an
same way.
objective
When
football
my team
fan.
sucks, my team sucks. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, if your Jets want to make the playoffs, they need Fitzpatrick. I don't
Exactly.
think Gino's going to
I
do
agree
it
with
for
you.
him.
I don't think Gino has that instant chemistry that
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick
especially
has.
when he got punched by his teammate. What was it last offseason?
For $600.
Yeah. Oh, it was for money.
Yeah.
Oh no. Gino owed him money, but he
Gino
didn't
owed him
have
money,
it on
but
him.
Gino didn't want to
Yeah,
pay
it was a very interesting story.
That was
Boom.
stupid. That was
What do you mean Gino owed him money? Didn't want to pay? Us
the
Italians always
guy-
pay our debts. We pay our debts one way or another.
Funny Gino's
So
all
we
the
break
time.
your leg. Like it, Uncle Louis and Tony.
What happened was
What had happened?
What had happened was this guy had a kind of charity event, and Gino volunteered to go. They flew him down there. He said, "I'll fly you down, but you got to pay me back." He said, "Okay." Flew him down there, did the thing, came back. Gino didn't pay him. Next paycheck came around. Gino didn't pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Words were exchanged. Somebody stood up. Next thing you know, rock'em sock'em. Gino's on the floor.
Broken
What?
jaw.
Broken jaw.
What?
Out. Rest of the season.
Get out of here.
Nope.
That kind of stuff happens in football.
Well, in the Jets locker room.
True.
Okay, they're from New York. Okay.
Hey, what can
We
I tell
got
you?
that.
What can I tell you?
I'm telling you. Well, hopefully sooner or later we're gonna have to do something.
Yes, get this done, please.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, what
just think that
what does he want? How much money does he want?
I think there's a difference. I think it's a matter of when he's getting that extra money. Like, you just want to pay it to him over a number of years. He'd rather have a more of a bigger chunk up front versus the rest of the time. So it's like only 3 years. So
I understand
it's
he's
a
been a
huge time.
journeyman, and this is like his time,
This
his
is his last
best
shot, yeah.
moment of his career to actually finally get paid. Like, how many years has he been in the league? Like 8, 9,
something like that.
maybe
But
10.
But this is his shot to get comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for doing that, but at some point you got to sit down and figure it out. It's just going to drive me crazy.
I think you give him a short, like 2-year deal, and you maybe give him make
I
a
agree.
lot, like a nice chunk of guaranteed money.
That's what.
And then
see?
the rest with
See?
incentives.
Talk to the man. Get him on the phone. I'll get him on the phone for you. Hang on.
Yeah, right. Go
Patrick
ahead.
on the phone. All right.
Okay, so Siobhan, what's ticking you off?
Siobhan,
I honestly don't have anything to share this week.
Yeah, I didn't
Nothing
think
very
so.
interesting. Sorry.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, Siobhan doesn't get mad at anything.
I really
like, people
don't.
can steal her property and break into her place, and she just
She
just
doesn't.
whatever.
She's
I
got
really
an
don't
angry
get
side.
mad. I
Oh,
don't
no.
get angry very
Them quiet ones. Don't worry about them quiet ones.
Yeah.
But I do have my tipping point after a while.
I mean, but what is your tipping point?
You don't
It
want to
takes a
find out.
What
lot.
about driving? How have your drives
No,
been
I'm
down
not
here to
now.
Miami? I know those are.
I'm used to it now. South Florida drivers are awful. They're rude, but I'm used to it now, and I anticipate it. So
And is it those South Florida drivers, as per se, South Florida, the natives here, like me, or is it South Florida drivers that have come here from everywhere else who don't
I
know
don't
how
know.
to drive? and
I've driven
can't
all over
follow
this
the
country,
rules?
and I have to say South Florida is pretty bad.
Right? Is it worse than New York?
Oh yeah.
See, it is.
At
It's-
least in New York, they use their blinkers.
Yeah. Well, you know why we don't. I mean, here you use everything's opposite.
They don't use
here.
their blinkers here.
I know, but they don't, only because nobody will let you over if you need to use your blinker. You see how backwards we
That's
are?
true.
It's the
That's
sun. The
Blinkers,
sun.
the can't let him in.
The thing is that the higher the population of the city, the more people don't know each other. So they're like, I don't know you. I don't care about you. I'm just going to do what I want and be a jerk to you because I'll probably never ever see you again. Anyway,
It's true.
in
Yeah,
smaller
we have lots of
towns, everybody
entitlement,
knows
too.
each other. So people are more obliged to
to be more responsible to.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a good point.
I agree. Okay, so what's ticking me off? Lack of professionalism and customer service in basic places that we go into.
That's everywhere we go.
I mean, here we go. Why do you guys? I think that
because you're the one who always starts it.
I don't
we
start
got kicked
it.
Out of, how many places we got kicked out of?
We didn't get kicked. No, we left. We vacated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But why did we
Don't tell me.
vacate?
And
Was
that
it
was
really
the
the
Carolina
service?
Ale House. Yes, it had to do with service. And I even got you guys to the point where we go to different places now, and you guys are this one's over here timing. When the chicken wings come in, and so I think I got everybody on point.
But yes, because it's come to that with
And
you.
we went
it's not
to
because we just
No, it's
started
not.
doing it on our own.
We went to Hooters. We had a great time
We
last
did.
week. The food
We
came
did.
just like that. The drinks were fresh.
The girls were beautiful.
And the girls were beautiful. So you guys see, I'm very flexible. But today I went to 7-Eleven to pay for gas. And they just
You can't have high
everybody-
expectations.
No, but everybody just stood there looking at me, and we, there was a line of people. It's 12 o'clock. It's gas time. That's not, that's when the store was getting busier. You have two people making a pizza, and this other lady. It just wasn't the time, and there's
Mhm.
3 people working. I just want to pay for my gas. Take my money.
Yeah.
So that's what's ticking me off. So now we're concluding the end of our show, and I've got a surprise that I'm waiting for to come in, just for a second here. If the surprise would come.
This is John?
Surprise.
Should we find John?
Surprise.
Is it John?
Found John's body.
Facebook where? What? Who?
Oh, and please go to our new page, Now Trending, on Facebook, and also at Trending Now Trending 24/7 on Twitter. So we can respond back to you.
We do.
Go,
We
go
want
now, go
questions,
tomorrow, go
and
today.
everybody who said hello.
Questions,
I saw Camille
answers.
Gurley. I saw Ernesto Cuellar. I saw lots of people giving us shout outs over on Periscope. Thank you, fans all over the world.
We have fans all
we
over
had
the world?
tunes. They have been chiming in like no tomorrow. Now here's my surprise, Siobhan. I know it's late. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Siobhan.
Happy birthday
to you. And many more. Thank you.
My level spiked through the roof.
There is. We got cake. I do. I was late on the cake. I know that. I'm working. You guys all know I'm working on my timeliness, which I've been improving. But nobody should go without a cake
thank you. I
and
appreciate
candles
it.
on their birthday.
On your birthday.
So I made sure we have cake.
Yay.
Any
can't wait
special
till
words?
my
What are you
birthday.
gonna do this year? What do you plan on doing this wonderful new year?
Oh, it's a new year. I just want to get my career on track. So have small goals that lead to bigger end
and
results.
better things.
So getting my website back up and running. I've got my podcast being submitted to iTunes right now. So
Sweet,
hopefully,
sweet.
Just waiting to hear back.
Nice.
So little steps lead to big
We're
accomplishments.
moving to iTunes, moving up to iTunes. We've got a host from 24/7 Miami.tv.
Yep.
Who's going to be hopefully on iTunes. We're moving that way.
Check out Day by Day podcast every
That's right.
Sunday at 4.
That's right. Day by Day podcast every Sunday at 4 right here on www.247miami.tv. Another show we have, also our loyal listeners love, is The Couch. So we've got Clem December, Chubby Dubai, and Just
No.
Coleman.
Clem December, Chubby Dubby.
Oh, Chubby Dubby. Who? Wait, Dubby. Is it Chubby Dubai, right? Yeah, Chubby Dubai.
Oh, okay.
He went
Okay,
down and had a
sorry.
name change over at Department of Vital Statistics. And then again, Clem December, Chubby Dubai, Coleman, on the couch, speaking sports talk every Wednesday, 9 a.m. These guys have a great show going on. So again, make sure you're listening to that and Day by Day with our lovely Siobhan here on Now Trending, our new show Now Trending. So again, you can listen to us all here live and throughout the week. We have rebroadcast at www.247miami.tv. Next week, we have a lot of things coming up as well. We want to start getting some crazy interviews in here. I want to see which one of us, like throughout our show, can start getting the craziest interview. We want to start having contests coming up, so this way our fans can start listening in. Please, guys, our fans who are listening out there, we have a new Facebook like page, so make sure to go ahead and like that. Ask us your questions. Tell us what you want to hear. We will make sure to have it here on the show. Even sometimes, hey, we can get phone callers in. We'll go ahead and give out our numbers, start taking
What?
questions.
We'll give out your number,
I'll
Joey.
give out my number. That's right.
Trying to find a date. That's why.
Man, why are you giving me away?
Don't you want me to give you away?
I'm trying to. Yes, I do want you to give me away
Okay,
one
there we
day,
go.
hopefully in a church as I'm wearing a dress. It's possible, right? I mean,
Anything is possible.
so they say. So again,
possible.
Thank you all for listening to us. Now trending, John. Again, we know you're out there listening. We miss you, buddy. We know we'll see you again, even as a special guest. We got to make sure we drag John in here. John and his kidnappers. So again, we'll see you next week here
All right, Johnny.
every Monday live, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. www.247miami.tv. Again, we've got our other shows, The Few Show, The Couch. We have Day by Day. We've got Celebrity Pop. What is it? We have
Pop and culture.
We have
What's
Pop and Culture. And we have Cannon Fire. So make sure you're listening. We've got rebroadcast. Stay loyal. Everybody be true to one another. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Have a safe
Have a
and
great
happy.
week.
Happy 4th of July.
Yes, we'll see you in 2 weeks. We won't be
weeks.
here 4th of July, but
2
we'll have an
weeks.
awesome rebroadcast.
Be
Again,
safe, guys.
Now trending. Have a great day, everybody.